It's homecoming Saturday here at the University of West Georgia as the Wolves look for their 29th win on homecoming as they host the Central Arkansas Bears for another United Athletic Conference matchup here on ESPN Plus as the Wolves take the field. Patrick Edson and Parker Gore. And Parker, both these football teams, really two different stories at the moment. The Wolves, losers of three straight, trying to get off the schneid, if you will, and then the Central Arkansas Bears, winners of two straight, coming off a bye week.
Yeah, well, the big thing about trends in this game that we're calling here today is that they don't matter to the players on the field. At the end of the day, it's all the same type of work that these players put in. Boy, them fireworks loud. But, man, what a game we have today. Two teams that really just throw all the expectations out the window, all the trends out the window, and it really falls on how the players can play in today's matchup.
And the players in today's matchup, Parker, are some very talented players. And for the West Georgia Wolves, it is none other than the cornerback, very talented defensive back in Kiari McClure.
Yeah, Kiari McClure had a great game last time out against Tarleton State, had an interception and a forced fumble, has 31 tackles on the season, added to that interception tally, is tied for the lead on the team interceptions, a captain for a reason, really big for this West Georgia defense.
And for the Central Arkansas Bears, it's been a stellar running back performance from Landon Chambers.
Yeah, with a guy like this, you got to be happy as an offensive coordinator. I mean, this guy carried the workload a couple weeks ago against North Alabama. Now coming off a bye week, he had some time to rest, and now he comes in after that huge 184 three-touchdown game.
Yeah, and over the last 4 games, Chambers has run for over 100 yards, and he's been a big contributing factor for their success and their 2-game winning streak. So both these teams getting set for action here at University Stadium. Once again, it is homecoming as you see the football team, the Wolves on the sideline as they're hyping up the crowd here at University Stadium. A really good turnout for homecoming Saturday, Parker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, looking at the hill that West Georgia has where they hold all their student-oriented events and tailgates, it is absolutely packed up there. It is maybe the most packed it's been all season. Coming into this game, that's got to be a feel-good for this football team of West Georgia. They're coming into this one with a chip on their shoulder, not just for homecoming, but also because they're riding that 3-game losing streak they've had in the past 3 weeks. Dropping last week against Tarleton State, that's a little more of a, okay, we did our job, but it just didn't end up well, 45-10, and against a really talented Tarleton State team that could go all the way. But, you know, you gave them one a couple weeks ago against Abilene Christian. You've had your ups and your downs all season. You started the game 5-0. These fans believe in you. Can you keep it up? But for Central Arkansas, it's just how can you tone down the noise here on homecoming, keep your composure, and win this football game?
And here comes the kick from Simon Zidane, and here we go from University Stadium. And the returner catches it at the goal line across the 15 to the 20, and he'll be brought down at about the 25-yard line. A nice tackle as that was Smith on the return for the Bears.
Well, now, Patrick, now we get to see that tandem duo come out onto the field, and that's quarterback Austin Myers with his running back Landon Chambers, and I'll throw a 3-headed dragon in there. The wide receiver Malachi Henry. Those 3 are going to be the biggest performers on offense for this Central Arkansas Bears team, and if they're going to win this game, you've got to expect big yards, big touchdowns coming from those 3 guys.
And Myers in shotgun with Chambers as they start with 2 wides on the far side of the formation. And it will be Chambers. Nice run on first down up the middle for a gain of about 6.
Yeah, they like to pound it up the gut, but West Georgia likes it as well. They really fall into the category of we love our run defense, and led by Jeffrey Spate and Robert Johnson in the middle, it's really going to be a game of how physical are you up front to stop Landon Chambers in the backfield.
David Hogue on the tackle, his first of the afternoon. And this time Myers will drop, look to throw, and the pass is, the West Georgia players are saying incomplete, but the officials say, nope, it is a catch. A nice catch there by Malachi Henry, and that'll be a first down for the Bears.
Yeah, nice recovery. It looked like he bobbled it just a tad, but maybe got that control back before it hit the ground. Good catch by Malachi Henry. Again, we're going to see a lot of that connection between Myers and Henry today.
Myers again in shotgun as they bring a man in motion. And it'll be Chambers again. A nice run off that left tackle side for a gain of about 3 on first down as they run behind Walker Beatty and and Will Diggins. Will Diggins, an All-American for the Central Arkansas Bears, a third-team All-American.
Yeah, not for no reason either. They love to run on that left side of the line just because they have so much size and so much talent on that side. Expect that to be the trend for that running back duo.
Myers to drop, looking on the left side. The pass is caught. Nice tackle over there by Keandre McClure, our player to watch for the Wolves today, as Tyrell Pollard with his first reception of the day.
Yeah, Tyrell Pollard is an incredible second option over in the middle of the field for this quarterback, Austin Myers. Going to impress a lot of people today if they can keep throwing the ball like this.
Myers to Chambers again. And running off that right side, and this time behind Landon Bridges and Jamal Mole.
Yeah, and they're going to keep that run pass going all game long until West Georgia can find a way to get into the backfield and cause a disruption. It's been easy going in the backfield for Austin Myers. Hasn't had much to deal with as far as adversity with defensive players in his face. We'll see if that changes up here. That West Georgia front can be hectic.
2nd and 8 now for the Bears on their opening drive. Good penetration into the backfield there by the Wolves, and the runner will be brought down, and that'll be a loss of 3, and that'll set up a 3rd and long, as that was Courtney Kelly with the early penetration that blew that play up.
Yeah, Courtney Kelly had his best game last week against Tarleton State, gathered 2 sacks on the game, and you can see the penetration skills right there from the freshman. A very young team West Georgia has. You'll see freshmen, you'll see sophomores, and they know that they have the talent even though they're all young. But take a look at this formation coming up here.
Yeah, 5 wides here on 3rd and long. We'll call it 3rd and about 11. Myers giving instructions at the line of scrimmage, and he'll drop, and he's quickly under pressure by Hogue as they set up a wide receiver screen over on the right side of the formation, and it'll be stopped over there as a host of Wolves. Carson Yancey, as I saw him in there on the pile, and that'll make it 4th down, and now a decision here early for head coach Nathan Brown, and it looks like he's going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, well, you're in that kind of middle ground where you're able to give the ball up, but if you do, it's good field position the other way. We'll have to see what the play call is coming up here on 4th down.
See if they're going to try to draw them off sides. Now Myers giving instructions. Lots of movement and switching, and they will pooch kick it. So a nice strategy there as it bounces inside the 5 and into the end zone.
My.
And that will be a touchback, and the Wolves dodge a bullet there as the punt makes it into the end zone.
I don't think I've ever seen a closer touchback right there in my entire life, Patrick. That ball was rolling so slow, and the Central Arkansas team was trailing down to try and swat it back into the field of play, but it just rolled over that goal line and in for that touchback.
So this will be the first time we get an opportunity to see the Wolves offense here this afternoon, and they will be led by quarterback David Widener as he's coming off a difficult performance at best last week for the Wolves.
Yeah, but he's going to have to need protection from those 5 guys up front. The one thing about West Georgia is they know their quarterback has the talent. It's just, can they provide that protection to him to give him enough time to think and perform?
And Widener's first snap is a pass, and it is incomplete, as his pass was intended for Owen Dupuy, who was in one-on-one coverage on the outside.
Well, the Wolves love one-on-one coverage, and when they see it, their eyes light up. But that time it was good coverage on that near side by number 26 for the Bears in Sean Smith, the senior, doing a really good job getting his hands up in front of the junior Dupree and making it hard for him to catch that ball on that back shoulder throw.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Wolves at their 20. And now it's the first carry of the afternoon for Latrell Morrell as a nice run off that right side as he runs up behind David Ebiminya and A.J. Malawia.
Yeah, and we're going to expect that right side to be attacked just like the left side on Central Arkansas's offense. I mean, it's so star-studded up front for this West Georgia team. They have a lot of hard workers that can let it translate into this run game, which Coach Taylor mentioned that he holds on to it so dear, and they need to get it going in this ball game.
Bomaya and Malawia on that right side, they've been a formidable tandem. And on third down, the pass is in and out of the hands of Bryce Dickerson, and so the Wolves will go 3 and out on their first possession.
Just a tough break on the hands there of Bryce Dickerson. I mean, he was running the slant route, had the beat on the man, had to dive a little forward for the ball, but it was in his hands and out as soon as he could see it. Just a tough break for the Wolves here as they have to face fourth down.
So Riley Mason will kick it away for the Wolves, and Chapman McCown back deep to return for the Bears. Mason gets one, an end-over-end punt, and it'll be fair caught by McCown at the 36-yard line. And that's where they'll take over 1st and 10 when we get back here on ESPN Plus coverage of United Athletic Conference football from University Stadium on Homecoming Saturday. All right, fans, welcome back. 9:50 left to go here in this opening quarter. No score as both teams have traded possessions. And this will be the second possession of the afternoon for the Bears, who are led by quarterback Austin Myers. And again, it will be Landon Chambers, and he's hit hard after he makes a man miss out there on a good first down run. Micah Thurman with the tackle.
Yeah, good pursuit by Micah Thurman, but a great effort run right there by Chambers in the backfield. Expect a lot of that. And keep an eye on the tight ends here on these run plays. They love to work those tight ends in for blocks.
And now on second down, and good penetration blows that play up there, as that was maybe Festus Davis.
I believe that was either No, I think that actually.
Well, Jonell Figueroa.
I think that was Figueroa in the backfield first. Let's see. No, that's
Mason Huntley.
Mason Huntley. There you go.
Mason Huntley.
Mason Huntley, yeah. He has been a big player for this West Georgia team. All 4 years he's played here, and he's just waiting for a spot to try and make his name felt, and that is one of them right there. Big third down coming up.
Myers will drop, steps up into the pocket and throws, and the pass is complete. And that will be enough for a first down for the Bears, as it was Malachi Henry catching that pass, and they make it into West Georgia territory.
Yeah, Austin Myers loves Malachi Henry on the inside routes. You'll see it all day today. But 2 weeks ago against North Alabama, they started off the game with a huge pass play on a catch from Malachi Henry. They love to go deep with him too. We'll see if they keep that pass game up and make it go deeper.
And again, Myers outside on first down after a ball fake to Landon Chambers. Henry again, that's 2 straight receptions.
Yeah, and like I said, expect that volume to continue for Malachi Henry. Really an outstanding player, not just on the field, but off the field academically. Really good star athlete for this Central Arkansas team. Really productive on that offensive side.
Jalen Burton with the tackle for the Wolves, and on second down, it's a play fake and going deep down that right sideline, and it's incomplete there, as again they were looking for Henry. Back in coverage again was Jalen Burton for the Wolves.
Well, they tried the stop and go route with Henry along that right side, and Austin Myers just put a touch too much on the ball, but Henry had his route beat, something that offensive coordinator for Central Arkansas might have to keep an eye on coming up in a couple plays.
That's 3rd and 5 now. .36 left to go in this first quarter. Man in motion across the formation comes set. And now Myers will drop again as they look to set up a bubble screen, and has some success. Malachi, pardon me, that's Micah Thurman with the tackle. And the pass was completed to Tristan Edwards. And it will be short of the first down, so it'll bring up 4th down and a long 2. And it looks like Nathan Brown will go for it once again here, Parker.
Well, this is different than that last 4th down. A lot less yardage to deal with, but I believe that they will punt this ball away coming up.
Yep, you're right. As they're showing this formation to punt, actually.
Or they're bunching them up.
They're bunching them up. They're going to go for this, and the run will be stopped short of the first down. Landon Chambers is stopped as a host of Wolves in on the tackle, and that 4th down is turned away, and the Wolves are in business. First down.
Why am I West? It's simple, really.
I've had more hands-on experience than I've ever imagined.
The post-grad connections I've made in my personal and professional life are priceless.
At UWG, I discovered my personal strengths and what I could become as a student and as a graduate.
I am West because of the opportunities I've had to learn, to compete, and to find teammates who will be friends for the rest of my life.
Why am I West? Because of the support and flexibility I found here to make college work for me.
Because of the fulfillment I receive when guiding my students on their own unique journeys to success.
I'm telling y'all, it might just be Fried Chicken Wednesdays.
Division I Athletics.
We are ready to meet the world, and that's why
I am West.
This is the University of West Georgia.
Welcome to the Atlantic Sun, where heart-pounding moments are born and where champions rise above, where speed defies limits and precision finds its mark, where millions of fans nationwide cheer for excellence, determination, and fairness, where public, private, and faith-based schools compete side by side, fostering sportsmanship and unity. From the beaches to the mountains, the Atlantic Sun is the destination.
Fans, welcome back here. And on that last 4th down play, Jaleel Chambliss is able to get in and make the stop. Micah Thurman as well, as a host of Wolves turn away Central Arkansas on 4th down. And they go 0 for 1 on 4th down so far here this afternoon as the Wolves take over 1st and 10 from their 40-yard line.
Yeah, freshman linebacker Jacob Joseph involved on that last play as well. But look at here.
As Widener takes it, is he going to tuck and run? And gets across midfield into plus territory. And that will be a 1st down for the Wolves.
Yeah, well, they love to use those legs of Davin Widener. Anytime they talk about that run game, they talk about how they've got 2 running backs in the backfield at all times, and Davin Widener is one of those guys that can not just do it through the air, but do it with his legs as well. Ran a lot of touchdowns in last year for the Wolves. Expect a lot of that here today as well.
Wolves in a 4 wide receiver set now, 2 on both sides. Dickerson now motions back in. And this time it's a fake and a throw outside, incomplete, as the pass was intended for DeAndre Buchanan. As the ball sails over his head, it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, it was good closure there as well by number 3, Dylan Williams. He had that one drawn up. Even if he did get the catch, that was going to be a big hit by number 3, that high safety. Keep an eye on him today. He's got a lot to deal with this one-on-one coverage for West Georgia. They're going to be baiting it all day. It looks like they're doing it right here.
5 wide receivers in this pattern for the Wolves. And Widener looks to throw quickly, and he'll have to reset, and he'll just throw this ball out of bounds. That looks like that was a play, Parker, that he was just going to hit off his back foot and throw, and then when he did, he had nothing and had to get rid of it.
Yeah, I think that was just miscommunication with him and the redshirt freshman, Jordan Dees. I think Dees was supposed to move a little farther up on that route, and then just a little short of where he was supposed to be, and that ended in a bad play for Davin Widener on the throw.
So 3rd and 10 coming, and now we will get a timeout by the Central Arkansas Bears. So with 5:18, I should say, 6:01 left to go in this first quarter, we have the game's first timeout.
Yeah, it was confusion on that far side. Gary Lewis didn't know whether to sub in or sub out.
All right, we'll be back here in a moment. Welcome back as we come out of the timeout from Central Arkansas, and it's 3rd down for the Wolves. On their second possession, they're 44% on the season on 3rd down. Widener in shotgun with Morrell to his left. And both these teams, Parker, looking for a spark here in the first quarter. And now Widener on a design run play will get across the 40 and come down at about the 39, and he looks to be maybe 2 yards short of the first down, and it'll be a 4th down decision coming up for Joel Taylor, and it may be an easy one.
Well, again, just good closing speed by Dylan Williams, the high safety right there. Saw the run, and he was that last line of defense, but came to the quarterback and got in his space before he came to him. Great play by the high safety right there, Dylan Williams.
4th and 2 now as the Wolves try to convert their first 4th down conversion of the afternoon. Widener will drop, look left, and Dickerson, the tight end, with the catch and the first down.
A similar play to the last time he went to Dickerson, just trying to find that slant route. That time Dickerson knew he had to control the catch, bring it in, and go down with it. Perfect play, perfect catch, perfect throw, either way, all the way through.
First completion of the afternoon for Widener goes for 5 yards, and it makes it first down for the Wolves. And now we can say this is a drive as they are inside the 35 of the Bears. Widener gets the snap. He'll look to throw down the right side of the field and into the end zone, incomplete. As there was double coverage there and contact, and then a flag comes in, and it was intended for Owen Dupree, and then a flag came in late, so we'll have to see what that's about.
Yeah, I think they're going to get this one on Marcus Washington in coverage, but we'll see what the call is on the field here.
As the white hat will get briefed and a discussion, and still beautiful view here this afternoon at the Stadium Parker for homecoming. And so it's a targeting call against the defense as Marcus Washington, the junior from D'Albertville, Mississippi, is called for targeting, and so the white hat will go under the, well, they don't have a tarp on this camera, so he'll just go take a look down on the opposite field and see what we got. Yeah,
just those irises. But no, that looked to be a little bit of contact. I didn't know if it was going to be pass interference or not, but looking back at it, I did see a little bit of a lead of the helmet as he went down with it, so we'll see. Hitting the replay, and you see he's automatically protesting it.
Yep.
And, I mean, if you're automatically protesting something, you've got to know it might have been your fault, but we'll see. We'll see here.
So we'll have to see as the official is going through the review.
Yeah, again, on that play, it was Marcus Washington who was accused of targeting, the junior from D'Albertville, Mississippi. 5'11", 185. He's that high safety. They love him so much, and this defense paired up with Williams in the backfield. It's going to be a tough ask if they have to lose a safety this early in this ball game.
Yeah, both these teams have had opportunities. West Georgia on their second drive of the afternoon here. And White Hat now getting some final instructions, it appears. Nope, they're still going to go. There's Nathan Brown, the head coach in his 8th season here for the Central Arkansas Bears. He was named head coach in 2018, Parker, and has a combined record of 43-35 in his first 7 seasons. And he's a former 3-time All-American quarterback at UCA, so he's back coaching his alma mater.
Yeah, they describe him as one of the more prolific quarterbacks in Central Arkansas history, but it looks like that targeting call will not stand on the field, and they'll just continue as played. It's going to be second down coming up here for West Georgia.
Yep, so a review there, and now we're back to second down. It'll be second down from the 30, we'll call it 34-yard line for the Wolves.
Watch one-on-one coverage on the bottom of your screen here. They love it when there's one-on-one, and that's Davian Newsom.
Buchanan, the man in motion, and this time it's a handoff to Morrell, and Morrell finds the edge and churning for yards on the outside, and he'll go for about 6 or 7, and that'll bring up a second and short here.
Well, if you want to pass.
Or third and short, pardon.
Oh, you're good. But if you want to pass, you got to run, and that's one thing that Latrell Morrell does so well, setting up the pass game with a run game that is steady.
And Joel Taylor earlier in the week, Parker, talked about the fact that, we've got to get back to running the football on offense if we're going to be successful. So 3rd and about 3 here And Morrell on the exchange. The ball is free, still on the ground, and I believe that's going to be Newsom that falls on the football.
Oh, my, what a break for West Georgia right there. Latrell Morrell just couldn't get it on the exchange. Just one of those young players that makes a young play like that. And you've just got to find out what you're good at and what you're not. And that's one of the little things. That has nothing to do with that. That's just one of those little things. You're looking past receiving the ball, and you're looking at tacklers downfield. Just a lapse in steps to take for Latrell Morrell right there. Something he can patch up on the next drive.
So Simon Zidane in. It'll be spotted at the 40. This will be a 50-yarder, and he's got plenty of leg, and it is no good as it is off to the right. So Zidane misses to the right, and so the Wolves drive it down, have a bumbled snap and exchange on third down, and they come away empty on the field goal attempt.
Yeah, just unlucky right there. 2 unlucky plays in a row that time. Simon Zidane, really an incredible kicker, but just pushed it wide right. And you see it right there. Latrell Morrell was just busy looking upfield, and sometimes that ball will move on its own if you don't have control of it, and that's exactly what happened right there. Good heads-up play by Davian Newsom to get back on top.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was bouncing around all over the place as a host of Bears just seemed to miss it. And unfortunately, though, Zidane able to convert on the 4th down field goal attempt. And now Myers hands it to Chambers on 1st down. And that's a nice hard run. And Chambers will be tackled around the 37-yard line.
Well, an incredible job by Chambers right there, bouncing it outside. He had Micah Thurman in his face with immediate penetration on that play, somehow broke away from that tackle, bounced outside, and got really good yardage here for Central Arkansas.
All right, 2nd down now. We'll call it 2nd and about 5. 2:39 left to go here. There's a differential between what you see on the screen and the actual game clock as our technical crew still trying to work those issues out.
Yeah, that was just a designed run there for Austin Myers. Tried to take it up the middle himself, but as a pocket passer, you really can't catch this West Georgia defense off guard. They have tenured senior linebackers that know how to read a quarterback's eyes. They did it perfectly right there, and now they face a big 3rd down.
Myers now in shotgun. Chambers to his right. Tight end motion across the formation. They'll go to Chambers out on the flat, and he'll try to make it to the edge. And depending on the spot, and he does get the 1st down. So a nice play there for the Bears. Moves the chains.
Just an easy swing pass out to Chambers, and he had nothing for 6 yards in front of him. Made it work easy. Trying to pursue him right there was Micah Thurman, but he couldn't catch up to him.
So 1st down for the Bears. That's their 4th 1st down of the afternoon. And now we got a whistle. All right, so we'll have an official's timeout as the chains are currently broken over on the sideline. So the chain gang will have to get back together and get that worked out.
Yeah, I mean, but we'll continue to talk about these 2 offenses and how they pair up against each other. I mean, it has been a slow start for both teams on offense, and you can tell in this game that it's still starting to sway towards the side of Central Arkansas, but they have got to start moving the ball downfield and trying to find a way to get into the end zone here and try and get the first points of the game. It really depends on who can get up there first on the scoreboard.
Myers drops, and he throws out here into the left flat, and the pass is complete. And plenty of grass in front of the running back, McCown.
Yeah,
and that'll be enough. Oh, no, it'll be a gain of about 9, so it'll be 2nd and 1.
That's when the tempo comes into play. You see it here.
McCown again, and he runs up the middle, and he'll have enough for a 1st down, as that's Jay Carter on the tackle for the Wolves.
Yeah, Chapman McCown already showing that he is that second back that they love so much. The man out of Norman, Oklahoma, not too far away from Central Arkansas, just a state away. But, man, he's really come in and had a big impact, and now a 3rd running back in the game here in Cam Young.
Yeah, he's a change of pace back, if you will, for this offense for the Bears. So 1st and 10 now. And Myers will hand it to that running back you mentioned, Caldwell, and he runs forward, and that'll be 1st down for a nice run of 10.
Yeah, Cam Young really shot out of a cannon right there. As soon as he got the ball, it was straight up the gut. Didn't matter who he saw. It was all the way until he got that 1st down where he came down, man. That's just yards after contact right there on display for that Central Arkansas running back group.
And that will be the final play of the 1st quarter. We will head to break here. No score on Homecoming Saturday. Fans, welcome back as we head to the 2nd quarter. No score here at University Stadium as the Bears are driving into West Georgia territory to start this 2nd quarter. Patrick Edson and Parker Gore on the action here, and Myers' pass is complete out to his wide receiver, Malachi Henry, and that'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 2nd at about 6.
Yeah, player down on the field, but Malachi Henry again using that subtle route running ability that he's used so well in these last couple games. As that player down is Brandon Gunn, the freshman, yeah.
Yep, so Coach Joel Taylor mentioning earlier in the week that we would see some more younger players in the back end for his football team this week. And so far here this afternoon, Parker, as you said, it's been pretty evenly matched through 1 quarter of football. Both these teams trading possessions. Right now, UCA being led by Austin Myers. He has had the hot hand early as he's gone 9 of 10 for 58.
Yeah, this is the best drive they've had so far here, Patrick. I mean, they haven't touched the 35-yard line yet as of late on their offensive drives, and now this is the first time that they're skirmishing towards the 30, and now they might be in the red zone here in a couple plays because the run game is just working to perfection.
And there's head coach Joel Taylor in his second season here at West Georgia with an overall record of 9-10. And bright future ahead for the Wolves under Joel Taylor's leadership. Myers now on second down, finds the back out of the backfield, and he's met by Jonel Figueroa, and that'll lead to a third down. We'll call it maybe third and about 3.
Well, with so much open room in front of the back receiving the pass right there, you would have thought he gained more, but he only gained about 3 right there, setting up a big third down coming up here. Let's see if either of these teams can find their rhythm and either Central Arkansas pick up this first down or West Georgia uses that physical defense to try and get themselves another stop.
14 minutes now left to go here in this first half. Myers now under pressure almost immediately was David Hogue, but he's able to get it away to Landon Chambers, and that will be enough for a first down for the Bears as they are inside the red zone.
Man, a lot of gotten away with right there. Central Arkansas got away with a sack right there and also got away with a holding call on the outside. If you take a look at this play, you'll watch number 7 just get absolutely drilled. That's a holding call and a half.
Big time. Yeah, he's tackling the guy down ahead of the play. No flag there, so the Wolves don't get a break there. So it's first down now, and Myers fakes it as Chambers will take it, running hard up the middle, and he'll get down to around the 11-yard line, and that'll make it second. And they're going to spot it. Well, the far side judge won't make up his mind where he wants to spot it.
It's crazy on that last play in the flat. Landon Chambers looked like a tight end receiving that ball. I mean, the kid is just huge out there, looking like an absolute bowling ball, just running people over, using that contact to his advantage, getting a good gain of 5 again right there.
Yep. 12:57 left to go now here in this first half. Fans, you'll notice our score bot at the bottom of your screen. We're having some technical difficulties, and we'll try to keep that updated as fast as possible. And now a play into the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown.
What a catch on that far side. Arlie Lee, the junior, making him work, going up to the high point, getting it at the highest point he could. It was just perfect. He had holding on him too. It doesn't matter the contact. What a catch.
Yeah, Jalen Burton and on the play defending. But Lee, as you said, was able to high point it over the shorter Burton. And that leads to the game's first score as the Bears now lead 6-0 with 12:39 left to go here in this first half. And now on for the point after attempt. I believe this is Caleb Jones. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And so with 12:39 left to go here in this first half, the Bears on top 7-0 here on ESPN+.
Welcome to the University of West Georgia. Now that you're part of the pack, let's take a look at how the Wolf experience will help you thrive.
At UWG, you're never just a number. Professors know your name, and there are countless ways to be involved in the community. You'll make friends that you'll have for the rest of your life.
La Universidad de West Georgia lanzó mi carrera. Las conexiones y experiencias que hice son inolvidables. Once a Wolf, always a Wolf.
Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm proud to be an alumni of the University of West Georgia and to own a business right here in downtown Carrollton. Welcome to the pack.
At UWG, we pride ourselves on fostering an engaging academic environment where you'll gain hands-on experience that will serve you well after graduation.
Welcome to the pack! We are so excited to welcome you to UWG.
It's an incredible time to be a part of the pack as we elevate to NCAA Division I athletics.
The memories and friendships I made at UWG are some of the best in my life. The university not only prepared me for my career, but also taught me the value of giving back to my community.
So my time here at UWG was transformative. It gave me the skills and foundation to start my own business, West Georgia Cornhole and Titan Bags. Welcome to the pack.
As you embark on this exciting journey, remember that we're here for you every step of the way. Together, we'll make your time here unforgettable.
Together, we are the Pack. Go West and go Wolves.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, fans, welcome back here. Patrick Edson, Parker Gore, where it's 7-0 Central Arkansas. And the last series history between these teams, UCA leads the series 5-4, and last year's matchup was the last matchup, and it was a hard-fought, heartbreaking loss for the Wolves as they lost 34-33. They came back fast and furious in that fourth quarter with 13 points, but came up just short out in Conway, Arkansas. And here comes the kick, and it will just go through the back of the end zone. And the Wolves will take over 1st and 10 with 12:39 left to go here in this first half. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the West Georgia 25. Davin Widener will lead his team out here. So 1st and 10, and now Widener will hand it to DeAndre Buchanan, pardon me, and that's a good run on 1st down. Second down for the Wolves. 12:19 left to go.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, it's just a matter of can you respond on this drive, and they're already starting with diversifying the play calls here, getting it to DeAndre Buchanan, who they know is a playmaker. How else can you get the ball to your playmakers?
And now it's Latrell Morrell on 2nd down, and he is met immediately as a bottleneck off that right side, and that'll probably be no gain, and that'll set up 3rd and medium for the Wolves. We'll call it 3rd and about 4.
Well, Morrell wanted to rely on his balance and breaking tackle ability, but that time ran right into a wall of Central Arkansas defenders. A little patience might have bought him a cut or two to get some more yards right there.
So it's 3rd down now, 11:30 left to go here in this opening half. Widener drops, looks to throw, and the pass is caught. Owen Dupree, and that will be enough for a West Georgia 1st down as he's marked down at about the 39.
That's one way to get your passing game started. Start with the short curl routes, kind of work your way into what has been, it's been slants and curls, I should say, in the opening part of this game, and they're starting to work downfield here, especially with the run game starting to get working.
So 11, right at 11 minutes now in this first half. And Morrell on 1st down makes a couple of man miss, and now he bounces it outside, and he'll be brought down over there on the defensive side of the football.
There's that balance and tackle breaking ability I had mentioned earlier. Latrell Morrell is such an incredible guy on his feet. He cannot be brung down if you are not physical with him, and that's why that stiff arm resulted in a couple extra yards.
Camilo Allen on the tackle for the Bears. Widener now drops, looking down the left side. Pardon, it's incomplete. Intended for Jordan Dees, as Dees was looking back at the official, but will not get any help there. And it'll be 3rd down for the Wolves. Clock stopped now, 10:27 left to go here in this opening half.
Well, I promise it's not a one-sided thing, but that was certainly a lucky one right there. Marcus Washington had a handful of jersey while Jordan Dees was trying to go up. He's lucky there was no flag right there. Another break by this Central Arkansas defense.
So 3rd down and 5, 10:27 left to go. Clock has stopped. Widener will drop. And now he'll take it on 3rd down up the middle, and he will have a 1st down as he breaks midfield and is into Bear territory.
There's number 2 using his legs again. He is so versatile when it comes to not just running the football, but also making people miss, charging forward for more yards. He really does look like a running back.
And they're going quickly here. Widener directing traffic, throws it deep, and it is incomplete as he was looking for TJ Lester. And now a flag on this far side of the field here at about the 40. So we'll have to see what that's about.
Yeah, we had flags on that far side in the deep part of the field, and then one near the line of scrimmage back where the play initially started. We'll see. There might be multiple fouls coming up.
Yep. All right, so as you called it, Parker, had an ineligible receiver downfield and a legal substitution foul on the defense. So those penalties will offset, and it will stay first down with 9:59 left to go here in this first half.
Yeah, everything's the same now except for the tempo. Now you got that 1st and 10 once again. It's not like it's second down. Still have that playbook to your advantage.
Widener now will hand it, and this is Lester, this time running hard. He gets the edge across the 40, throws his head down, and now he gets slung down to the ground, and there comes the flag, so you can add 15 more yards to that one, as that will be a late hit out of bounds on the Bears as Bryson Mdua came up with the tackle.
Yeah, that was just 21 on 21 violence right there. We'll see what the call is on the field. Right, Patrick. 15 more. That was a personal foul on Bryson Adama right there, the redshirt freshman with a redshirt freshman mistake right there.
Yep. Clock stopped at 9:52 now, and the Wolves are into the red zone after the run by Lester and the penalty.
And now West Georgia's starting to threaten on offense. They were set back with penalties and mistakes last week against Tarleton State.
Clock is now running after the penalty. And now Widener drops, and he's looking to throw, looks back to the other side, looking for the tight end, Dickerson, and it's incomplete as he was fighting back towards the football, but unable to come up with the reception.
Yeah, clean play right there, clean coverage on that near side. It was a great play just with his back turned as well. Nylan Jones, the linebacker and senior out of Kenner, Louisiana, where his hometown is, just getting in the face of Dickerson before he can make contact with the ball. Dickerson had to come back for it, and there's number 16 right there to try and make it hard for you.
9:35 left to go here in this first half. And Widener fakes it to Lester. Now he looks to throw it, and he'll just throw it away as there was nothing brewing there for the Wolves on offense. And that'll make it third down now.
Well, I think they tried to draw eyes with the one-on-one coverage at the top of the screen, but it didn't look like Central Arkansas was falling for it at all. They left the one man to guard the one man on that far side, and everybody else was moving on the near side of the field where Davin was rolling out.
Again, it's TJ Lester in the backfield with Widener as he has 4 wide receivers in this formation. Lester in motion out to the right, and they will set up the bubble screen inside to Buchanan. Buchanan makes a man miss, gets inside the 15. He'll be brought down at about the 14. And that'll bring up 4th and about 5. And the Wolves will send out the field goal unit here. Tommy Holden will go out and try to get the Wolves' first 3 here on the afternoon. Clock running, 9:05 left to go in the first half. It'll be spotted at the 23. This will be a 33-yard field goal attempt by Holden. And the operation of the play forthcoming. Good snap. And the kick is up. And the kick by Holden is good. So with 8:43 left to go, it's 7-3 Bears over the Wolves. right, fans, welcome back here to University Stadium on ESPN Plus. Patrick Edson, Parker Gore, where the Wolves have cut into the lead by the Bears. It's now 7-3 after the drive by the Wolves. And it was a good drive for the Wolves.
Oh, yeah.
And Tommy Holden finished it off with a 33-yard field goal. Now Simon Zidane on to kick it for the Wolves with 8:43 left to go here in this first half.
Well, with a lot of trust in the defense, they know they can try and get a stop here. It's going to be a big drive coming up here for Central Arkansas, however.
Zidane's kick will go through the back of the end zone, and they will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. Not they. The Bears will take over 1st and 10 at the 25.
Well, the Bears have a lot to really wing on after that last drive. They drove all the way down and had a highlight play for a touchdown, so their confidence has got to be through the roof as they walk that offense out on the field. And it always speaks to how Coach Brown really preps during the bye week. They said that they had so much valuable rest, recovery, and preparation. He said these late bye weeks really can be tough on an endurance, but can really help your team out in the long run, especially in weeks like this against a really tough West Georgia team.
Now Myers in shotgun, and Landon Chambers back with him, and Myers will fake it to Chambers and come out throwing, and his pass is complete once again. And again, it's Malachi Henry, and he's had himself an afternoon here. That's his 5th reception.
Oh, yeah. Expect that volume more and more from Malachi Henry. He's a guy they love to go to, and they're not going to stop it.
And they go quickly here, and now it's Chambers on 2nd and short, and he'll have enough for the first down. David Hogue on the bottom of the pile with the tackle for the Wolves.
Yeah, West Georgia's defense is just getting gassed with this pass-run tempo that they're working with here. They'll pass it, and then they'll run a tempo play if they get a completion, and the run always works after the catch.
So 1st and 10 now. Clock running, 7:53 left to go. And now they'll bring a couple of players across the formation and reset here on 1st down. And it's Chambers, and he's met with authority at the line of scrimmage in the backfield. A late flag comes in. It was a nice tackle there by Courtney Kelly, but we'll have to see what this flag's all about.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of a face mask on Courtney Kelly. He got him, but he got him with that face mask. And there is none.
Aha!
No foul for face mask right there, Patrick.
Hey, we'll take it.
We
or
will.
The Wolves will take it, I should say, on
We'll
2nd
take it.
down.
We'll take it up here. That makes our job easier.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
We can map out these drives a little better. But still, that was as close to a face mask as you could get. I mean, he turned his body completely with his head. So I wouldn't have been surprised if they just kept the call on the field and made it a face mask. But coming up here, it's 2nd down and very long after the tackle for loss, again, by the talented freshman, Courtney Kelly, who has been really good these past couple weeks for West Georgia.
Clock running now, 7:15 left to go here in this first half. Receiver in motion, and he'll come set. And Myers will drop. Pressure coming from Thurman, and Myers has to get rid of it. Chambers was the intended receiver, and he didn't redirect his route. He just kept going and never saw the football.
Yeah, and if there were any progression right there from Austin Myers without the pressure, he would have seen a Malachi Henry wide open in the middle of the field. So it's a great job by Micah Thurman getting that pressure in his face, because if it wasn't there, that pass would be complete or it would be a big game.
It's 7:04 left to go here in this first half. 3rd and 12 now. It's a big 3rd down. The Wolves certainly would love to get the football back here and maybe one more opportunity to score before the half. Myers drops, looking left, and will throw left, and the pass is complete. And that'll be enough for a first down, as once again, Arlie Lee comes up with the catch, and that'll be enough for a first down. Clock running, 6:54 left to go.
Well, Arlie Lee saw zone coverage and licked his chops watching that one. It was just an open hole for him to make room and get a catch right there. Just a zone coverage bluff right there by West Georgia didn't work out.
So a good 3rd down conversion there for the Bears. They're 4 of 6 on 3rd down here this afternoon in the first half. Myers will hand to Chambers off that left side again, and he falls forward for about 3 or 4, maybe 5 on 1st down. 6:20 left to go here in this first half.
Yeah, that run game is starting to slow down a bit here for the Central Arkansas team. It was a lot more yards per carry for Chambers in the early going of this game. This West Georgia front is starting to get inside and starting to stop the run a lot better on this drive, but they're still driving here.
Yeah, Chambers averaging only 3.1 yards a carry so far here in this first half. Again, it's Chambers and quickly being met by a host of Wolves. And he's still on his feet. Man, Landon Chambers battling for every yard.
And he still ain't down. My goodness, Landon Chambers, way to stay on your feet, big fella. Like I said, the kid runs like he's a tight end, but he is just the most pure power running back you've ever seen in this conference. I mean, the guys, a lot of the running backs in this conference rely on their speed. This guy relies on his physicality.
So 3rd down now, 3rd and 5, clock running, 5:20 left to go here in this first half. Man in motion across the formation, and Myers drops looking over the middle, and it is complete. And once again on 3rd down, they convert as Myers is able to connect Malachi Henry, and that young man again, 6 catches now in this first half for 39 yards.
Well, they put a freshman on Malachi Henry, and Malachi Henry made him regret it right there. Mighty Johnson behind him, the redshirt freshman, just couldn't penetrate to get in front of him, and it was a great physical catch by Malachi.
And now it is the reserve back as Chambers is out of the game, as that is Cam Young, the ball carrier. A good call, a good run there on 1st down.
Yeah, West Point, Mississippi native, likes to rely on his speed and elusiveness rather than his physicality, but can pop a guy if he has to. And, man, he's just really, when they get close to that end zone, this is the guy that comes in, and it makes that offense so much more versatile.
All right, so 2nd down, we'll call it at about 4. As the ball is spotted just outside the West Georgia 20-yard line. 4:10 left to go here in this first half. And now Myers fakes it, and the pass is caught inside slant. That'll be enough for a 1st and goal, as a nice play design there. Ty Durham comes away with the catch, and that puts him inside the West Georgia 5 with 3:50 left to go.
It was bad zone coverage right there. They had one man on 2 people.
And now, again, it's Myers into the end zone for the touchdown, Malachi Henry.
Well, again, they saw Henry on the freshman and decided to take it all the way home. Malachi Henry with his first touchdown. We expected it to be a little earlier, but man, 2 touchdowns last week, already a touchdown this week. He is looking like a prime wide receiver.
Yeah, so Mighty Johnson, I should say,
and your holder, number 13, Taylor Coger.
On the defense for the Wolves. 3:40 left to go here in this first half. And now on for the point after attempt, Caleb Jones. The snap is down, the kick is up and good. So with 3:40 left to go, it's the Bears 14 and the Wolves 3.
Central Arkansas 14.
I feel like UAC football is grit, determination, and fight, because we got a lot of great teams in our conference. I believe that there's guys all in this conference who can go play at the next level.
USC football is big-time football. A lot of great teams, a lot of good competition.
It's the most competitive conference, I think, in FCS football, and it's home to me.
It's competitive, it's exciting, it's a league to watch.
Anybody can win on any given week, so you better come prepared.
UAC football is nothing but competition. Endless fights, endless battles, endless wins, losses.
I think it's one of the top, if not the top, FCS football conference in the nation.
UAC football, to me, means rivalries and games every single year, multiple games that I circle on the calendar that I know are going to be so much fun because it's always nitty and gritty with them.
right, fans, welcome back here on ESPN Plus. Patrick Edson and Parker Gore. 14-3 Bears as they come away with a touchdown drive. And it was an impressive drive as it went 11 plays, 75 yards, capped off by a touchdown pass. And now DeAndre Buchanan gets the kick, and he's across the 30, and he finds a crease, and he'll break it to about the 37-yard line. A good return there, Parker. Perhaps the Wolves can get something going, but there is a flag down on the play.
Yeah, one was during the play, and then one was late after the play. So we'll expect to see maybe a multiple fouls on this kickoff return coming up. And if that is the truth, then this might be a re-kick coming up here.
As the white hat discusses the operation of the calls, and right now it's been all Austin Myers on the offensive end for the Bears as he is 17 of 19 for 143 and 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he has been showing out here in this game so far, and it's almost been perfect. I mean, this quarterback rating has got to be off the chart.
All right, so Parker, you're 2 for 2 on the offsetting penalties this afternoon, my friend. Yeah, one was holding on West Georgia, and the other was a face mask on the Bears, and so they will re-kick this with 3:33 left to go in the first half.
Well, if you're Central Arkansas, you're like, let's do it. Let's re-kick it.
Yeah.
After that return from DeAndre Buchanan, he's so dangerous returning these kickoffs. It's going to be a big time or a big challenge for Central Arkansas to keep him covered all day. West Georgia was missing him for a couple weeks before Abilene Christian game, and now they've got him back, and they're using him to his best ability, trying to get these returns, trying to set up this offense in good field position, an offense that needs some type of spark right now.
So Jace Kieran kicking here for the Bears. 3:33 left to go. And I bet, no, he'll try to kick this again, and it will be Buchanan again. So part 2 as Buchanan fields it. He's across the, no, he'll cut it back across the 20. He gets a crease. He's on the outside. He's at the 40, and the turf monster gets him at about the 42-yard line. So if you're the Wolves, you're thinking, hey, thanks for the offsetting penalties, as they're able to squeeze out a couple more yards. And they are in great field position here, Parker, with 3:23 left to go. And they need a score here.
Absolutely. They need a score. They need something. They need something, a big play of some sorts. It's been slow, methodical movement downfield, but that ends up resulting in just quick 4 and outs, or quick 3 and outs. So now maybe try to style up a little bit, try and find something nice and maybe find a big hole for Latrell Morrell to work with.
Yep. That is Morrell behind Widener, and it will be Morrell. And again, man, this Bears defense has been pretty impressive in this first half against the run. Gary Lewis comes up with the tackle, and it puts them behind the sticks on first down now. Clock running, 3:07 left to go.
Yeah, Gary Lewis was trying to protest that he took the ball out of Morrell's hands, but they said no can do. The referees make it second down. Now
2:55 left to go.
Now,
Widener.
Now you're working backwards. You've got to find a way to get your passing game going here, and the run game is how it starts.
Widener finds Newsom over on the near side, and that will be close to a first down. He's going to be just shy, about 2 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 2. West Georgia has all 3 timeouts left. Clock running 2:30. Got to get this first down here, though, if you're Joel Taylor and David Widener. And Morrell now running on 3rd down, and he will have the first down. Clock now at 2:16 here in this first half.
Yeah, that was a great play call right there to just draw it up the middle. Morrell is really good at finding holes and going through them, and right there he found the best one, and that picked up the first down for him.
Again, it will be Morrell behind the blocks on that right side. He busts a couple of tackles, But I thought I saw a flag. Yep, it's laying around the 45, and it's in that area where you could see a hold here, Parker.
Yeah, I think it's going to be holding on the near side wide receiver. I think it's Davian Newsom. But we'll see.
And it is a hold. And we have reached the 2-minute timeout here at University Stadium, where the Wolves have the football and driving, trying to find points late here in this first half.
We've got something special coming your way. We'll be grinding.
Fans, welcome back. 1:51 left to go here in this first half. Bears on top of the Wolves 14-3, but the Wolves looking for points. After the 2-minute timeout, Morrell now with the football running hard off that left side. And he'll be met over there. Nice tackle there by Dylan Williams.
Yeah.
It's a short run on first down.
Yeah, Dylan Williams has been everywhere all day, taking down Morrell, who was just trying to get some yardage after that holding call, put him back to 1st and 20 before the 2-minute timeout.
Morrell now with 25, actually 18 net yards here in this first half. The Wolves have rushed for 61. Widener drops, and he's looking, and he'll scramble right, and he finds Owen Dupree. And that's a nice play, and that'll get it back to maybe 3rd and about 8 or 7 with 1:11 left to go. Clock stopped.
Yeah, now we'll see. They're now in 3rd and 10 minus, so it's not too far out of your hands where you can't try and recover from this 3rd down, but it's a big one now.
Widener gives the double clap, and now he'll look over to the sideline. Play clock's at 15. Plenty of time there. Wolves still have 3 timeouts with 1:11 left to go. He gets the snap. He's looking over the middle, and the pass is caught by Buchanan. And a nice tackle there on the defensive end. Once again, Dylan Williams, and it's actually incomplete as it came out of his hands. I totally missed that, Parker.
Yeah, it was incomplete pass. I mean, he's got to maintain control when he goes down with it. But man, still, Dylan Williams, man, he's been everywhere on this defensive side of the ball for Central Arkansas, and he showed it again right there. But back to what you were talking about, Patrick, you have to survive the ground. That's always how it is. It's always how it has been. have to survive the ground, and it doesn't matter if you're down before or not.
Nope. So Riley Mason on to punt for the Wolves. Chapman McCown back deep. A nice high punt. And it looks like it'll be fair caught. Actually downed, I should say.
Yeah.
At the 2-yard line. Nice play there on the Wolves special teams unit. I believe that was Festus Davies.
Yeah, how about the outside linebacker going back to return a punt that was punted on his punting team? Way to hang it up in the air by Riley Mason, the punter for the West Georgia Wolves. And what a way to have a burst of speed to get down there and down him at the 2 if you're Festus Davies.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 2 for the Bears as they are in the shadow of their end zone. 54 seconds left to go here in this first half. And Austin Myers has been the story for the Bears on offense. 17 of 19 for 143 yards and 2 touchdown passes. 1 to Malachi Henry, who has 8 catches and 51 yards. And the other to, I believe that is Ariel Lee, 2 catches, 32 yards and a touchdown. And on first down, it will be Landon Chambers as they will just try to perhaps get out of the half, but Joel Taylor will use a timeout here as he's trying to maybe set up something to maybe get a punt block or something out of that end zone.
Yeah, 47 seconds to go. You don't got a lot of time to work here if you're West Georgia if you want the ball back, but after the punt down at the 2, now only a yard gained right there. It's now at the 3. It's just a matter of, can we get this stop? Can we possibly get them behind the goal line for a safety and get that ball back quick? But, man, that last drive was such a must score for West Georgia.
All right, the Wolves are 28 and 15 all time on homecoming games. Welcome to the den, everybody. Of course, the last homecoming win was just a season ago against the Shorter Hawks by a final score of 41-13, Parker. And there's the homecoming crowd here this afternoon. Still plenty of fans in the stands and over on the hill across from the field, as once again, a good turnout here for homecoming in 2025.
Yeah, you can see the pride in this school coming out and showing out for homecoming. But now they've got to try and find a way to uplift this defense and turn it into an uplifting of the offense that's only been held to 3 points this entire half.
Myers in shotgun, and he'll hand it to Chambers, and Chambers trying to find that edge and unable to do so as a nice play out there. Trayshawn Moore with the tackle.
Yeah, and again, West Georgia looking for holding on that near side. Again, that tackle, you'll watch it if we show replay, maybe not, but still, if that tackle, with that tackle on the near side, just another bailed out holding call right there.
And now Joel Taylor asking for the timeout. And Parker, I believe Joel Taylor thought that play was made out of bounds that would have stopped the clock, but the referee said no. They gave him the forward progress, and so the clock continued to run, and that forced Taylor to have to use a timeout.
Yeah, 27 seconds left now after the timeout called by Joel Taylor, and now it's just keeping Central Arkansas's offense at bay. That's the only thing this is about now. Don't let them let up any unnecessary points, any unnecessary yards, but it is third down coming up here. They can force a stop. They might get the ball back with low time, but enough time to get at least a play or two off.
So the Bears come back out for their third down play here. They have 12 first downs in this first half. They are 5 of 7 on third down conversions, Parker, something that Joel Taylor mentioned earlier in the week, as his defense needs to be better on third down. And Landon Chambers up inside, and he will have enough for the first down, a critical third down conversion there. And Joel Taylor will just let this run out.
What a job by that offensive line up front, creating a hole right there for Chambers to put easy work into.
Clock running now, 17 seconds.
Yeah, no problem there, but man, what a job by those 5 guys up front for Central Arkansas. They have really paved the way for this run game, and it is running this clock, and it has held West Georgia to 3 points as they have barely held the ball in their hands all day.
As the clock strikes 0 in the first half, Nathan Brown satisfied, will not take any more timeouts, and both teams will head to the locker room with the score 14-3. Bears on top of the Wolves. And we'll be back here with more halftime festivities in just a moment. Fans, get all of ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. It's 14-3 here. Bears on top of the Wolves. And as we look at the UAC standings, Tarleton, of course, atop at 8-0. West Georgia at 5th in the league with a conference record of 2-3. And then today's Central Arkansas Bears, they're 2-1, standing in 3rd in the league. Parker.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling before the game. Don't really judge these records on here, because anybody in this UAC can beat anybody in this UAC. That's something Coach Brown told us before the game, and I think it stands true.
All right, fans, we'll have more coming back to you here from University Stadium. 14-3 Arkansas at the half. right, fans, welcome back here to University Stadium, where it's halftime, 14-3. The Central Arkansas Bears on top of the West Georgia Wolves. And Parker, it was a pretty even matchup early on, but then Central Arkansas got the offense rolling.
Yeah, they did, and it's not like they got it rolling and they're blowing out West Georgia. They just scored 2 touchdowns. It's just that West Georgia offense has been held absolutely quiet by this Central Arkansas defense. I mean, those front four are working to perfection. Williams in the backfield as the high safety has been absolutely an X factor. Dylan Williams, who I'm talking about for Central Arkansas. And just the mistakes of West Georgia have been glaring. The play calling has been working for 3-yard gains instead of, the big gains that they need. And just the big plays have all been in favor of Central Arkansas.
And it's been quarterback Austin Myers who's really been the story for the Bears in this first half, as he has gone 17 of 19 for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then, of course, the running back, the player to watch for the Central Arkansas Bears this afternoon, Landon Chambers. He's got 52 yards rushing in this first half. More coming back here from West Georgia. welcome back here. 14-3 Central Arkansas on top of the Wolves. And let's take a look around the UAC, Parker. And right now, Tarleton, the only other game in progress, Tarleton State on the road at Eastern Kentucky. They lead 7-0. And then later on this afternoon, North Alabama and Austin Peay will tangle along with Southern Utah and Utah Tech, a battle for Utah.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one, especially that last one. Southern Utah and Utah Tech is always a show. But take a look at Eastern Kentucky when they're in it. I mean, they're in this game right now still.
Right.
7-0. I mean, Eastern Kentucky likes to take the fight to teams that are not ready for a fight. And Tarleton might have came in thinking that they had a little bit of an easy go with Eastern Kentucky after having a really good game against West Georgia last week. It doesn't seem to be the case. That one's close. And North Alabama versus Austin Peay is always going to be a fun one.
All right, fans, be sure to check out all the action on ESPN Plus here in the United Athletic Conference.
It's halftime at University Stadium, so we're here with our head women's basketball coach, Joanna Wrights, to talk the upcoming season 25-26. Coach, we're a little over a week away from your first game. Talk about preseason practice and how that's gone so far.
Yeah, it's going great, Jared. We've got 13 players on our roster, 7 returners, 6 new players, and they're all workers. They come to work every day, great attitudes. They're coaching been a really, really fun preseason, and we're excited to get going.
Let's talk about your schedule. The early part of the schedule, we've got a few more home games in our non-conference portion, which is good for you, and then some road trips to Power 4 games. We've got Oregon, Georgia Tech, Florida, so some really good experiences for your team coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Opening at Oregon, that's a tough opponent out of the gate, but we are a group that loves a challenge, and hopefully they'll expose some things in us that we need to know, and then we've got a couple good home games, return from where we went on the road last year, so we're excited to get those guys here in front of the great fans that we've got here in Carrollton. And so, I think our non-conference schedule really sets us up well for the ASUN, which will open up there after Christmas, and so we're looking forward to get going. We've got guarantee games at Georgia Tech and at Florida as well, so a tough slate there.
And then let's talk about the roster. You've got a solid core of returners coming in, and I believe 6 newcomers, 5 via the portal, and a freshman on the roster. Just talk about the roster and how they're gelling so far through preseason practice.
Yeah, credit our returning players. They really do a great job welcoming new people into this program and bringing them up to speed on how we do things here. And so it's been a really seamless transition. We had 3 of those new players with us all summer. And that was big for them, and then our 3 additional internationals joined us in August. So we've got 4 internationals on the squad, and so we love it. I mean, they love being around each other. They know, when to work, when to play, when to joke, when to lock in. And again, credit our returning players for how well the group has meshed so far.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking the time to join us today. Good luck on your upcoming season. And we'll send it right back to University Stadium for the second half.
Jared, thanks for that interview. And technical difficulties here in the booth, fans, but that's the way live broadcasting goes sometimes. 14-3 here, the Bears on top of the Wolves. And thanks again to Jared Bogus and to women's basketball coach Joanna Wrights here at the University of West Georgia for that quick preview. Talk about this first half, Parker. And right now, the Central Arkansas Bears are having their way on the offensive side of the football as they have amassed 213 yards of total offense and basically behind the arm of Alston Myers, who's thrown for 143 yards in the air, and on the ground it's been the Landon Chambers show with 52 yards on the ground.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even mean to say that it's been a dominant performance by the offense. It's been for sure, dominant performance by Austin Myers, but this offense only scored 14 points in that first half, and if West Georgia would have scored any on those drives that they had, it would be a different game right now. We wouldn't be talking like it was Central Arkansas's game to lose.
Right.
Now it's just West Georgia's game to get back into. They have to find a way to get the offense going. It has just been slow stepping down the field for West Georgia, and they haven't been able to try and – they've only gotten to the red zone once is what I'm trying to say. It's been slow and methodical, and you like that on an offense, and the tempo works itself in great. But how are you going to get your weapons to get these big gains? I mean, it's been gains of 5, 6, 7, but not many gains of 20-plus or 10-plus or anything like that. So if West Georgia can pick up the offensive side of the ball and start this half with big gains and big plays and plays that will open the eyes of that defense, keep them on their toes, then this game could be going a whole lot different than the direction that we saw it going in at the end of the first half. No, go ahead, Pat.
And to your point, West Georgia only averaging 3.48 yards per play in that first half, while Central Arkansas over 5 yards per play. And it just feels like the offense hasn't been able to push the ball down the field as much as they would like to in this first half.
No, not at all, but something's got to change.
And here we are, second half kickoff by the Bears, and it will be excellent field position as the Wolves are able to get the return across the 40-yard line. And a nice return there on the special teams. I believe that was Ricky Dorn.
No, I think that was actually Jordan Dees who received that one. It was number 86, Jordan Dees, the redshirt freshman.
Oh, I thought it was 85. My bad.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Yep.
Jordan Dees just being as versatile as possible. I mean, he stepped up as a freshman this year, Patrick, and has entered himself into such a big role for this team. and it continues on, even in the kickoff.
And so here we go, first down, 14:53 left to go here in this first half for the second half, in the third quarter. David Widener now hands it to Latrell Morrell, and a nice run by Morrell on first down. It's a gain of 6, and he'll get it across the 45 to about the 46, maybe 47.
Now, if that run is the run that sets the tone for this offense, this could be a different second half. Just trying to get more than 5 yards every time you carry the football or try and find a play, but you got to manage your downs well. That's something we did not see well from West Georgia's offense, managing first, second, and third down.
And now Widener hands this ball off again. Morrell, the ball carrier, and that will be enough for a first down as the clock is running. 14:13 left to go here in this third quarter. Jacoby Shell on the tackle.
Yeah, we haven't heard his name much today, but he has been such a big factor in this game. He has plugged up so many holes on that West Georgia front, and that front for Central Arkansas has been working great, but they got some 2 run plays in their face right there.
Wagner looking to throw here, and the pass is low, and we haven't gotten an indication yet. And they will call it an incomplete pass.
Just a little too low off the hands of Widener there on the slant, trying to get it to DeAndre Buchanan. The play call was nice, just couldn't execute it.
So 2nd and 10 now. 13:45 left to go here in this third quarter. A good return to open the half by Jordan Dees has given the Wolves good field position on their first drive of the second half.
Now, how can you respond after a first down stop like that? That's something that really did not help that offense in that last half.
And second down run there, and it'll be short as a nice tackle there on the defense. Jacoby Shell once again, and it'll be no gain, and now it's 3rd and long for the Wolves here. 13:25 left to go in this third quarter.
And you can tell Shell wants it to be his half. He got into the backfield quick and took down Morrell, who didn't even see him coming.
The Wolves are 3 of 8 on third down so far here this afternoon, Parker, and needing a conversion here. Widener will take it, and he'll run with it up the middle. Widener looking for that first down. He falls forward, and he's going to be about a yard short as it will be spotted at the 40, and that'll make it 4th and 1.
Yeah, and I think it's a no-brainer right here for Coach Taylor and Austin Davis, the offense coordinator for West Georgia. You've got to get this 4th down conversion right here. You need a score to get back in this ball game.
And Widener with Morrell to his left. Let's see if they go power run here. And they will. A good penetration by the Bears will blow that up, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, they tried to just go straight up the middle, and that inside part of that West Georgia offensive line got absolutely manhandled by that front of Central Arkansas. I mean, what a show of strength by that front of Central Arkansas. I mean, 2 guys there, but the one to make the play was number 98, Bradley Clark, the senior, and that's 320 pounds of strength right in your face right there. Got to be well prepared on plays like that. And it just didn't work in the way that West Georgia wanted it to, but perfect for Central Arkansas, especially up 11 points.
So it'll be 1st and 10, 12:31 left to go here in this third quarter. And the first opportunity, McCown gets hit in the backfield, but bounces off of that and is able to pick up positive yardage on first down. David Hogue hit him in the backfield about 3 yards deep, and he just flat out bounced off of David Hogue.
Yeah, that was like a bouncy ball off the floor. I mean, he just bounced off him and immediately just cut upfield. That change of direction from McCown is special, and it worked right there perfectly to get a good 5 for what could have been a tackle for loss.
Myers now in the shotgun formation. And he will fake it to Chambers, looks to throw, and he's got Malachi Henry, and he is into the secondary, and he'll be brought down by Kiari McGlure with the tackle, and that'll be a big gain and a big first down for the Bears.
Well, I said this game was going to be on 3 guys, the quarterback Myers, the running back Chambers, and Malachi Henry, and all 3 of those players have been the most productive. We've seen them in the past couple weeks, and it continues right there. A perfect quick slant on a post, a little bit more of a post route right there for Malachi Henry, and a huge first down on a big game.
Myers now 18 of 20 for 173. He'll hand this to Chambers, and a nice run on first down. And right now it's a good mix of pass and run by this offense of the Bears.
Yeah, you could almost say it's a perfect mix, because whenever West Georgia's thinking pass, they go run, and when they're thinking run, they go pass. And it has absolutely been dicing West Georgia as far as that goes, especially in the secondary when they don't know what's coming.
2nd and 7 now, 10:49 left to go. Clock running, 10:45. Myers fakes it and then pulls it and then throws a screen pass. And they're saying it's a backwards pass. The Wolves pick it up, and now they'll say it's an incomplete pass, as Festus Davis thought he may have had a game-changing play, but instead it will be an incomplete pass.
You can't be shy with the whistle there, referees. These are guys that are risking their bodies out there. Got to blow that whistle.
Now, Ty Durham was the intended receiver. Initially, Myers faked it to him and then went to him, and I don't think Myers was looking for it.
No, I mean,
Durham,
not originally, but Durham was not ready for it yet. He had just looked back when the ball landed, and it was a great pass for Myers. It landed in his hands otherwise, but Myers, yeah, you're right. The receiver just wasn't ready for it.
So it'll be 3rd down now, and here's that opportunity for a get off the field on 3rd down. His pass is intercepted by Trayshawn Moore at the goal line. He's across the 20, the 30, 35, 40, 45. Moore makes it all the way back to the Bears' 48-yard line. A huge turnover, and maybe something that changes the momentum for the Wolves.
Well, it's been a defensive game. They've been waiting for the takeaway, and they were giving it right there. Way to lurk on that route and cut in front of it, Trayshawn Moore, picking up the interception and giving West Georgia a chance to get back in this ball game here.
All right, so with 10:21 left to go, the Wolves are in business, and they trail 14-3.
Welcome to the Atlantic Sun, where heart-pounding moments are born and where champions rise above, where speed defies limits and precision finds its mark, where millions of fans nationwide cheer for excellence, determination, and fairness, where public, private, and faith-based schools compete side by side, fostering sportsmanship and unity. From the beaches to the mountains, the Atlantic Sun is the destination.
Welcome back, fans, as we come back here. 10:21 left to go in the 3rd. A huge turnover as a Trayshawn Moore interception return sets the Wolves up in Bears territory. Widener will drop, and now he's facing pressure from that left side, and he'll just scramble and throw that away. And incomplete, it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, there was only one man following him on a route that way he was rolling out with, and there was everybody else was on the other side of the field.
All right, let's look at this interception here again, Parker. And again, we were talking during the break. We don't think Myers saw the other safety on the other side of the formation.
Yeah, they call it the rover position, West Georgia does, and the rover is pretty much a strong safety that also can do everything on the field. And Trayshawn Moore dropped back in coverage. Myers didn't see him, and it worked perfectly for West Georgia. An easy lurk.
All right, second down intended now. Widener on a quarterback designed run, and he gets forward for about a gain of 6 or 7, and that'll bring up a short third down. But again, a third down conversion looming for this Wolves offense, Parker.
Yeah, something that they've been struggling with all day has been third down conversions, and now in a huge spot after a turnover, you've got to find a way to get your offense confidence. And one way they might be able to do it is with a big play on third down. We'll see.
Widener with Morrell. Looks like they're going to try to run this. Morrell with the sweep play to that far side. And it will depend on the spot. But from here, it looks like he got the first down.
Yeah, we'll see what the spot is. But from our vantage point, it looked like he did. But they're going to mark him short.
Yeah, they sure are. Maybe about a length of the football, perhaps. So it's going to be fourth down. So unable to convert there. And so now it looks like, of course, they're going to go for this on this short distance here. I'd love to see Widener up under center here and just push it forward. But nevertheless, 4th and inches now for the Wolves.
Yeah, I agree. Shotgun's weird.
And it'll be Widener, and he's going to look to get the edge and gets it and more as he falls across the 30, and that'll be a first down. And now Widener a little slow to get up, but he will get up, and that will be a Wolves first down.
Yeah, what a warrior Davin Widener is. He saw that play kind of blow up in front of him, had to bounce it outside, and used that perfect running with his legs to try and move forward. Got the edge, made a curl, got the first down. Wolves are working now with a first down.
And he's ran the ball now 6 times for 56 yards here this afternoon. He is the Wolves' leading rusher. Widener in shotgun, 8:20 left to go. He'll hand this one to Morrell, and he is met almost immediately as the Bears get great penetration and blow that play up. Travion Taylor, the first man into the backfield for the Bears.
Yeah, I'd like to see that play action start to work with that same exact play, trying to get it to Morrell. I know they love the inside run so much, but Morrell has just been stuffed all throughout this game. Might want to work the play action a little bit, try and get the linebackers on their toes.
7:49 left to go here in this third quarter. Wolves trailing 14-3. Widener fakes to Morrell. He's looking to throw, and he'll go down this right sideline. It is incomplete as he was looking for Owen Dupree. And now the Bears have multiple defenders down on the field as both men made a play on the football.
Yeah, Dupree was the man intended right there, and
looks like that's Mark Dorsey, who's had himself an excellent afternoon so far here for the Bears.
Yeah, it looks like it's Dorsey and Marcus Washington as well down on the play.
Yep. Both men are back up on their feet. Both are running off the field. Let's take this replay here, Parker, as Widener looking for Dupree, maybe trying to fit a ball in there into double coverage. And luckily for the Wolves, they were unable to come up with the football.
Yeah, tough break right there for Central Arkansas. They had a interception in their hands that was taken away just by a collision on their own players that were both going for the ball. And now, if you're Davin Widener, you say, whew, that was almost a pick. I tried to fit it into a place where it couldn't have happened. Now I can sit back in the pocket, think a little more, and it's a big third down and long coming up here. You think it's a passing down for West Georgia as they set up like it.
Widener now in shotgun. 3rd and 11 now. A critical third down conversion coming for the Wolves. That's Dickerson in motion, and Widener fakes it to Morrell, and he's looking for the receiver, and it's incomplete as he was looking for DeAndre Buchanan, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And it looks like now Tommy Holden will come out onto the field, and we'll try we'll try a field goal here as it will be spotted at around the 38-yard line. So this will be a 48-yard field goal attempt here by Tommy Holden.
Just the same rhythm that we saw in the first half. West Georgia can move the ball, but they cannot get into that end zone.
another third down and goes without a conversion. That makes them 3 of 11 today. The snap is down, the kick is up by Holden, plenty of leg, and it is good. So Tommy Holden comes in, and he connects on the field goal, and that makes it 14-6. right, fans, welcome back. 14-6. The Central Arkansas Bears on top of the West Georgia Wolves. The Wolves just finishing a drive off of a turnover by the Bears with a Tommy Holden 48-yard field goal, making it 14-6, 8 plays, 18 yards in 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And Simon Zaidan now will kick this off, and it is a high kick, and it will be into the end zone. And that's where the Central Arkansas Bears will take over first and 10 at their 25. And speaking of Simon Zaidan, he's got 2 50-plus yard field goals as a freshman. And he's got a 52-yarder, and he made that in the last game. And I believe that's the second longest in UWG history, Parker. And if my mind and my memory serves me correctly, that is only behind a 54-yarder by Addie Burkich back in 2005.
Well, it's been 20 years going now, and man, they've got a new kid back there, and he has been kicking them long. He tried a 50-yarder earlier today. He just put it wide right. They're going to look to him in the deep field goals a lot this season.
Yep, so Holden and Zaidan doing excellent job this season holding down that Wolves kicking game. And now Landon Chambers on the first down carry picks up a gain of maybe 5 or 6. And it'll be second. It is 6, so second down and 4. 7 minutes even left to go here in this third quarter.
Yeah, and if I'm the Central Arkansas Bears offense, I'm not worried about a thing right here. There's so much trust in that defense already.
And Chambers again running hard. And depending on the spot, and he does get the first down. So that, once again, is a first down for the Bears. That's the 15th of the afternoon for this offense. They're 6 of 9 on third down. That wasn't a third down conversion, but they've just been so efficient on offense this afternoon, Parker.
Yeah, Chambers especially, he has been toting the rock well. He's got 70 yards now on this game.
That's on 18 carries. And now it's Chambers again, and he's tackled in the middle of the field there nice tackle there by Trayshawn Moore, the young man who came up with the interception one drive ago. Makes that tackle in the middle of the field, but it is a gain of 5. And it'll be second down. 6 minutes even left to go here in this third quarter.
Yeah, and Chambers, you'll take 5 yards a carry every single time, and that's 3 straight carries where he's taking it 5 yards. And if you're working it in 2 downs, you might want to try and manage the downs to the best of your advantage if you're Central Arkansas. That's been what they've been doing.
Myers' pass is caught out there at about the 45-yard line. Nice catch there by Ty Durham.
Now it's third down coming up here, 3rd and 1, but that's not necessarily to the advantage of West Georgia. Open playbook coming up here in tempo for Central Arkansas.
They will go to Chambers, and he runs hard off that left side, still on his feet, and that will be a first down as he is met over there by Festus Davies, Micah Thurman. And again, on third down, that makes them 7 of 10, 70% on third down conversions, Parker.
Yeah, they've been incredible on third down today, and it's just because that West Georgia defense can't get off the field.
And they're fighting hard, that front 4 for the Wolves, but right now the Bears are taking it to them. Myers will scramble right, throw, and the pass is caught. Is it inbounds? It is inbounds. A nice catch over there once again by Ty Durham. And it'll be marked just shy of the first down, so it'll be second and short, and they're going to go quick here with tempo.
Yeah, great job by the receivers on that one. Just, you know, the comeback routes come to you, and it lands right in the chest on a great throw from Myers.
And this time it's McCown. He bounces it outside. The shifty running back inside the 20 into 10. But a flag down in the middle of the field, so we'll have to see what that's about. In the meantime, there appears to be a West Georgia player down. Nope, he's getting up in the middle of the field, so we'll see what this flag is all about.
I think this one might be coming back. Might have had a hold right there down the field by the wide receiver of Central Arkansas in Durham.
But you can see the shiftiness of Chapman McCown.
Yeah.
Man,
What a run.
Just a great run for that young man this afternoon. He's got 4 carries, 36 yards. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, every time he gets the ball, it's shiftiness, and he's always fresh because they keep him out of the game, and he's their X factor. So when you got a fresh guy against a tired defense, that's what's going to happen.
Still talking it over.
Yeah, I mean, they moved back, but they're having a discussion about this.
Yeah. And speaking of what this offense has been able to do this afternoon, right now, Austin Myers, 20 of 24 with a couple of touchdown passes and an interception, 186 yards through the air. Landon Chambers, 20 carries, 76 yards. They've run for 128 as a team and have passed it for 186. And they have really taken it to the Wolves here this afternoon. Total yards of offense, 314 to 139, Parker.
Yeah, and that speaks to how efficiently this offense has worked all day long. I really want to see, I want these guys mic'd up. I want to know what they're talking about down there. My goodness. It's one flag on the play.
Yeah, they are really having a discussion. Both teams have come back from where it was down.
11, offense. After enforcement of that 10-yard penalty, it will be 1st and 10.
So it was down the field, and it's a spot foul, Patrick.
Okay,
so with the spot foul, and it was a wide receiver that was holding, and that's where the spot
see it right
is.
there, yep.
So they're going to be set back, but the first down will still count. So McCown will have some pride with that run, but it will be guarded back just a tad bit after
the penalty.
Yeah, after the penalty, and it's a spot foul. So
4:11 left to go. Clock now running. 14-6, but the Bears looking to answer the Wolves' field goal here in this third quarter. Myers, McCown, and he again makes 2 men miss and bounces it outside for a gain of 8. Man, Chapman McCown has been a difference maker here this afternoon in the run game.
yeah, bringing a different intensity. That's all he's doing. The sophomore from Norman, Oklahoma comes in, and he just brings that intensity, and that is exactly what has happened when whenever he comes to the ball game. I mean, if it's third down, if it's first down, if it's second down, doesn't matter. He doesn't have a situation. He just has work, and that is what he's been putting in.
Yep, that now five carries, 30 yards for McCown. Myers puts it up under pressure from Carter, throws it, and it is intercepted, but a flag is down in the end zone. Kiara McGlure, both players were hand fighting. The receiver went down, and then a flag came out. It could be pass interference against the Wolves.
It will be. Kiara McGlure dragged him down before the ball could get to where it was supposed to go.
And there's the indication from the back judge. And man, the interception nullified against McGlure. And let's take a look at this replay here. Both players, and you can see McGlure had a handful of his jersey there on the backside, and as the receiver went to the ground, the flag did come out.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now, 3:30 left to go here in this third quarter, pardon. And the Bears in business in the red zone. And Myers hands it to the running back. I believe that's Cam Young.
Yeah,
but looks like that'll be a loss on the play of maybe a yard.
David Hogue right there getting in the backfield for West Georgia. The graduate has been absolutely awesome for this defensive line and an incredible addition, replacing guys that were really a force to be reckoned with up front. Malik Charles, who's now over at Oklahoma State. This guy's filled the role in well and has led this team in sacks and is sitting in that top 5 in the UAC in sacks as well.
So Myers now looking over to the sideline, and they will change the play here. They have 3 receivers trips left, and it'll be Chambers up the middle, cuts it back out to the left, and he'll be over inside that near hash, inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and it'll be 3rd and 2 coming up here.
2.
They've got the stick advantage here, Patrick. They've got a first down marker at the 2-yard line. If they get there, they'll have 4 plays for 2 yards. Or you can draw it up right here and take your risk and try and get into the end zone. But if I'm Central Arkansas right here, Patrick, I'm thinking first down all the way.
So Myers with Chambers. Again, 7 of 10 are the Bears on 3rd down here this afternoon. And now a whistle and a timeout now, and it will be a timeout by the Wolves. With 2:02 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. A critical 3rd down coming up as the Bears look to add to their 14-6 lead here on homecoming at West Georgia.
Why am I West? It's simple, really.
I've had more hands-on experience here than I could have ever imagined.
The post-grad connections I've made in my personal and professional life are priceless.
At UWG, I discovered my personal strengths and what I could become as a student and as a graduate.
I am West because of the opportunities I've had to learn, to compete, and to find teammates who will be friends for the rest of my life.
Why am I West? Because of the support and flexibility I found here to make college work for me.
Because of the fulfillment I receive when guiding my students on their own unique journeys to success.
I'm telling y'all, it might just be Fried Chicken Wednesdays.
Division I Athletics.
We are ready to meet the world, and that's why
I am West.
This is the University of West Georgia.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
In the UAC, we value sportsmanship on the field and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
The officials,
The fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about taking ownership after a loss
and being humble after a win.
We want you to team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines.
Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are
the United Athletic Alliance.
This is the University of West Georgia.
All right, fans, welcome back. Critical third down coming up here inside the red zone for the Bears and actually inside the 10. Myers drops, looking to throw and throws, and the pass is incomplete as it was intended for his receiver, Arlie Lee, and he's been a favorite target down in the red zone for the Bears this afternoon. It'll bring up fourth down, and it appears that the Bears will kick a field goal here, and that's exactly what they'll do as they'll bring out place kicker Caleb Jones to try a 23-yard field goal.
I was thinking the first down right there. If you're Central Arkansas, they tried to go for the end zone shot, and now they'll have to settle with a field goal.
Good operation on the snap and hold, and the kick is up, and the kick is good, and that makes it 17-6. Now it's a two-score game again with a minute 51 left to go here in the third quarter. And once again, Parker, it's been, I mean, it's not a high-scoring game, but it just feels like Central Arkansas has just had better operation on offense.
Yeah, they have, and I mean, the stats can tell you that too. I mean, just comparing the quarterbacks, one has 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, while the other has 6 completions for 40 yards on the entire game, with his longest being a 10-yard pass. So that's the split difference between these two offenses. One can pass the ball, one cannot, and you can see it.
Yep. Right now, total yards, the Bears have 317 to West Georgia's 139. And again, the third down efficiency for the Bears this afternoon has been a big reason why they've been able to control the football and build this 17-6 lead.
Yeah, and controlling the football that's an understatement. They hold 10 more minutes of time possession in this game than West Georgia. That defense is great, but it's gas. They need to try and keep their offense on the field at least for a couple more minutes than what this defense has been given.
All right, so back deep to return, TJ Lester and DeAndre Buchanan. And it'll be a line drive kick, and Buchanan will catch it around the goal line. He's across the 15, the 20, and he finds a seam. He's across the 30, 45, 45, and 50. At midfield, he'll fall into plus territory, and another exciting return by DeAndre Buchanan sets up the Wolves.
Man, this guy's dangerous. DeAndre Buchanan with another 40-plus yard return on the game. I mean, this kid can do it all on the field. He works on offense. He works in the return game. He is just a pure threat when it comes to playing in this ball game, and expect to see a lot of him in this offensive scheme coming up on this drive as well.
They will mark it actually right at midfield on the West Georgia side of midfield, and here's this return again, and great blocks. He just finds that crease on that right sideline, and he falls forward. A good return sets up a good, excellent opportunity for this West Georgia offense. And now it's Lester, and running hard, and he will get a first down after a gain of 13.
Well, here we go. Now the blocks are setting up for West Georgia, and now the momentum's starting to shift. Can you feel it, West Georgia? If you can, use it to your advantage and try and get into that end zone.
A minute 20 left to go here in this third quarter, and the Wolves are on the move. Again, it's Lester. Nice setup of the blocks there, and he'll fall forward for a gain of maybe 5 on first down.
Well, it looks like that Central Arkansas defense now is a little more obsessed with the passing game of West Georgia, and it might be paying off dividends for the Wolves, as TJ Lester is really such a talented back, even as a freshman, against the Central Arkansas defense.
Wolves need a touchdown here to get this game and score close as we head into this fourth quarter. Widener with Lester to his right, and he'll take it and drop. Widener throws, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Owen Dupree. Now 33 seconds left to go in this third quarter, and that'll bring up a third down for the Wolves, and the Wolves are 3 of 11 on third down this afternoon, Parker.
Yeah, it looks like on that throw, Davin Widener might have hit his hand on a player, and he's holding on to it here. He was really laboring after that play. Let's keep an eye on that throwing hand of Davin Widener.
Lester to his left, 3rd and 6. Widener And it will be a quarterback run, and Widener finding a hole, slides down, and it will depend on where they mark his slide to start. It could be 4th down. Yeah, as it looks like he started his slide maybe just a little too soon, Parker, and he creates the 4th and short.
Yeah, it did not look like Davin Widener liked the spot whatsoever as he got up and threw his hands up immediately. They back him up 3 whole yards from where the last known Widener slide was. I mean,
and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. So when we start this 4th quarter, the Wolves will have a crucial 4th down conversion. It's 17-6 Central Arkansas as we start the 4th here in Carrollton. Fans, welcome back. We'll start this 4th quarter with a key 4th down conversion for the Wolves as they trail 17-6. It'll be Widener, and he's going to run it. He's going to get the edge, maybe, and he does. And that will be enough for a West Georgia 1st down, as it was a quarterback-designed run that gets the job done.
Yeah, and they attacked the outside corner last time on a short scenario, and they do it again. This time Widener makes it work again on the edge. I mean, it was just the same exact play as last time where Widener set the edge, found it, and got around it for the 1st down.
Widener, 8 carries, 64 yards here this afternoon. He's the leading rusher in this Wolves offense. And Widener fakes it to Lester. He looks to throw over the middle, and the pass is complete. And that'll be enough for a Wolves 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal as they reach the red zone. Nice catch there.
Jacob Ritchie right there. Yeah.
So the backup tight end, Jacob Ritchie, and that'll be a 1st down.
Well, they like to work dual tight ends, and both of those guys are transferred from the same school, Wofford. Bryce Dickerson and Jacob Ritchie.
13:53 left to go. First and goal for the Wolves. Widener hands it to Lester. Good blocking up inside, and he's met up in the hole there after a short run on first down.
What a stand-up tackle right there. I'm not sure who made the initial contact, but it was either Dylan Williams or Sean Smith. Either way, they stood up Lester wherever they found him. That was a great tackle. But now West Georgia's still just trying to work towards that goal line.
Second and goal now. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. Buchanan in motion, and then he'll go back outside. Lester running hard up inside, and he'll be stopped there. 13:10 left to go here in this fourth quarter, and that'll bring up a critical third down and goal for the Wolves, and you've got to be thinking 2-down territory here, Parker.
Yeah, without a doubt, Patrick. It's got to be. You need 7 points on this drive. You don't need 3 again. I'm sure you're sick of the number 3 at this point if you're that West Georgia offense. Go in there and try and punch in 7.
Lester to Widener's right. And now it'll be a run by Widener. And he's looking to set up the blockers, still on his feet, and he'll be brought down shy of the goal line. They'll spot it just outside the 1, and that'll bring up 4th and goal here. And now this is a critical play in this game, Parker, as the Wolves need a touchdown to get to a 1-score game.
Well, they've worked it all the way up to the 1-yard line. You only got 1 yard to go. Can you get that 1 yard? That is all it's about here on this 4th down and 1. Man, this is a big call.
Widener in shotgun. It's a pistol formation with Lester. They'll give it to Lester. Lester jumps at the goal line, and I believe he's going to be short. The referees, both the side judges coming in, and it will be short. So the Wolves are stopped on downs. A goal line stand by the Bears turns the Wolves away.
Just tried to test that front of Central Arkansas, and again, they're just the bigger group. And again, they work it behind and just stop T.J. Lester in his tracks.
So the Wolves get turned away on the doorstep of the goal line, and the Bears keep their lead 17-6. Let's look at the replay here, Parker. Good penetration there, and it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that was the inside linebacker who came in and made the tackle to get that stop.
Yeah, he did, but I think it was set up by the wall of Bradley Clark up front. The defensive tackle is 320 pounds, and he was the guy in that gap that held T.J. Lester with no hole to go through.
So Myers and Chambers standing in their end zone as they are under the shadow of their goalpost here with 12:04 left to go, and the Wolves still trailing by 11. Myers will hand it to Chambers, and Chambers gets a good hole out of the end zone, and he'll bust it for a nice run on first down to get the first down and out of harm's way of the goal line.
Well, those nose tackles were just so close to each other, it seemed like it was just going to be an easy hole for through the guard to get the first down. I mean, I don't understand grouping up the nose tackles like that on that play.
So 19 first downs for the Arkansas Bears here this afternoon. Oh, and man, that had no chance to develop as Courtney Kelly just blows that up in the backfield for the Wolves.
That has been the highlight of this West Georgia defense. Whoever can go off the edge, and it's either Hogue or it's Kelly, and that time Kelly, hey, he looked like he had a running start, but it was just the pure speed and athleticism to get back there and stop that play from even starting.
Yeah, Landon Chambers barely got the football before Courtney Kelly just said, "Have a seat, young man." It's 2nd and 14 now, 10:55 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Need a statement play right here if you're Central Arkansas.
Run now by Chambers, another good run as they are having their way in the run game right now. And that will set up a 3rd down and short, 3rd and 3 with 10:30 left to go.
And that was just the statement that I was looking for from that Central Arkansas offense. A 10-yard run right there by Chambers, and it puts them right where they need to be. 3rd and short. This is the situations where Coach said, we want to be in 3rd and short because we know we can get it.
Third down now with that run. Chambers eclipses 100 yards on the day. Myers, though, will look to throw on third and short. And nice defense there by Jalen Burton. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, you got confident on third and short there, tried to take a shot, and that was great coverage down there. I believe it was Trayshawn Moore in coverage, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Jalen Burton.
Jalen Burton. Thank you, Patrick. But Jalen Burton.
Right here.
Yeah,
Nice
there it
play.
is. Yeah, Jalen Burton just getting his hands up, staying physical as the receiver will let you. That's how it works. That's the key to the game. And he let him get physical right there. Great play there by Jalen Burton.
10:03 left to go here. Clock has stopped, and they will punt this football away. And perhaps the most exciting player on the field, DeAndre Buchanan, standing back at the West Georgia 38.
Wearing the number 92. Delay of game.
Delay of game now against the Bears, so this will push them back 5 more yards. And Trace Beard now will stand in the shadow of his goal line as he stands at the 2. And now Buchanan, as you said earlier, wearing the number 92 on special teams. And here comes the punt as they go after it. And a bit of a shank punt, a low punt. And it'll be fielded by Buchanan. Oh, and a late hit out of bounds. And flags will come flying. And that will set up West Georgia into Bears territory, as it was the long snapper, Gavin Smith, down on special teams, that commits the penalty on the late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know what is going through his head right there. It was out of bounds by a mile. We were already setting up, and he just lays his shoulder into him right there.
Yeah, and he may have had some assistance there on the block there on special teams.
Yeah,
and that may be what they're talking about here.
Yeah, the block. That is not the right call. They said it was his own player that pushed him into it. I think they're just trying to be less specific. I think that's it.
Yeah. All right, fans, we'll be back here with West Georgia looking for a score late.
Welcome to the University of West Georgia. Now that you're part of the pack, let's take a look at how the Wolf experience will help you thrive.
At UWG, you're never just a number. Professors know your name, and there are countless ways to be involved in the community. You'll make friends that you'll have for the rest of your life.
La Universidad de West Georgia lanzó mi carrera. Las conexiones y experiencias que hice son inolvidables. Once a wolf, always a wolf.
Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm proud to be an alumni of the University of West Georgia and to own a business right here in downtown Carrollton. Welcome to the pack.
At UWG, we pride ourselves on fostering an engaging academic environment where you'll gain hands-on experience that will serve you well after graduation.
Welcome to the pack! We are so excited to welcome you to UWG.
It's an incredible time to be a part of the pack as we elevate to NCAA Division I athletics.
The memories and friendships I made at UWG are some of the best in my life. The university not only prepared me for my career, but also taught me the value of giving back to my community.
So my time here at UWG was transformative. It gave me the skills and foundation to start my own business, West Georgia Cornhole and Titan Bags. Welcome to the pack.
As you embark on this exciting journey, remember that we're here for you every step of the way. Together, we'll make your time here unforgettable.
Together, we are the pack. Go West and go Wolves.
Christina Ladd posted at McDonald's, thinking about how I never had a snack wrap, and I'm devastated. Imagine tasting the snack wrap for the very first time. In ranch or spicy?
All right, fans, welcome back. 9:55 left to go here at University Stadium on homecoming Saturday for the Wolves as they trail 17-6. Widener hits Davion Newsom across the middle, and that'll be a gain of maybe 4 or 5 yards on first down, but Newsom's slow to get up after the catch.
Yeah, he landed right on the top of his head, and it'd take any player a couple minutes just to, or at least a minute to get up off the feet after getting toppled over upside down like that. He just got dropped on the top of his head, really.
So it'll be 2nd and 5, 9:45 left to go. Clock now running after the player comes off the field, Newsom. They'll take a look at him, make sure that he's okay. And the Wolves needing points here as they trail by 11. Widener fakes it, and the pass is caught by Jordan Dees, and that's a name we have not said a whole lot today here, Parker, as I believe that might be his first catch of the day.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been a slow day for the passing game for West Georgia, so it doesn't really surprise me much that we haven't heard many names today, but now they're starting to get that passing game working.
Widener drops, and now the pocket collapses, and he runs out, and he is still running across the 40, and he'll step out of bounds, and that'll be enough for a West Georgia first down.
Yeah, indeed it will. What a great decision to just tuck it and run it by Davin Widener. Had nothing but a Mike linebacker chasing him. He wasn't going to catch him, and nothing but green grass other than that, and took it all the way past that first down marker.
So that's 10 carries for 78 yards. And that's first down for the Wolves. As a team, the Wolves have run for over 100 yards again, 142 yards. Widener now fakes it to Morrell, and he'll throw a short pass to DeAndre Buchanan. That'll be a gain of 4 on first down. That'll be 2nd and 6. 8:20 left to go.
And you can tell these Central Arkansas Bears work their pursuit drills. I mean, there is 4 guys on the ball wherever it lands on this West Georgia offense. Every time there is a group of Bears coming to take down whoever the guy has the whoever it is that has the ball.
Widener now. And this time he will give it to Morrell, but he is met quickly in the backfield. And once again, it's Gary Lewis on the tackle, crashing down from that end position to get Morrell, and it'll be a critical 3rd down and 7 here for the Wolves. 7:40 left to go.
Yeah, these two guys, Gary Lewis and Jacoby Shell, had a great mentor behind them in David Walker, who went in the 4th round of the NFL draft last year, and it's showing with that type of progression to get down, stay parallel to the line of scrimmage, and grab the running back and take him down for a TFL.
Down 2 scores, you've got to think this is 2-down territory here on 3rd down. Looking for the 3rd down conversion. Widener throws, and the pass is caught. And that is going to be Bryce Dickerson, and that is a 3rd down conversion and a first down for the Wolves.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of life for this offense after a 3rd down conversion, a long 3rd down conversion right there as well.
6:58 left to go.
Watch the one-on-one coverage up top. It's Owen Dupree all by himself with that one guy.
Widener, I think he recognizes it. He may try to go in that direction in that one-on-one, and he is going to. Widener puts it up. Dupree looking high, points it into the end zone for the Wolves. Touchdown! Owen Dupree for the touchdown, the 22-yard reception, and that makes it 17-12 with 6:38 left to go.
Well, you're right. Davin saw it. He adjusted. He made the right call. He threw it downfield. And where is Owen Dupree to high point the catch? What a catch by Owen Dupree, the junior, trying to find his way into a deep threat scenario. Finally got his opportunity and made it work right there.
The Wolves will go for 2 here as they trail by 5. And they'll try to get it to a field goal instead of a touchdown here with 6:38. Buchanan in motion, and Widener will roll to that side, tries to find Buchanan, but it's intercepted. So the pass on the 2-point conversion is no good, and it will remain a 5-point lead for the Bears with 6:38.
Yeah, still a 1-score game and a huge score for West Georgia going into the break.
All right, well, back here, West Georgia looking for a defensive stop, 17-12. right, fans. 6:38 left to go here in this fourth quarter. The Wolves, with a touchdown, have cut it to a one-score game, 17-12, as the Bears on top. Patrick Edson, Martin Gore, with all the action here on homecoming Saturday here in West Georgia. That last drive, Parker, 7 plays, 58 yards in 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And it was a 22-yard touchdown pass from Davin Widener to Owen Dupree. And now Simon Zidant's kick will go out of bounds, and that is probably the worst time for that to happen.
Yeah,
Parker.
nah, you need this field position because you're giving the ball to Central Arkansas. With 6:38 to go, you need time for your offense to go if you can get a stop. And now, with a passing offense as good as it's been, they're not pinned at the 25. They're pinned at the 35. So only 65 yards to go for them instead of 7.
The defense has held the Bears here in this second half for the most part, Parker.
Because they've been given time to breathe, Patrick. This offense is finally starting to get working for West Georgia, and now this defense has finally been able to catch their breath and have some time on the sideline to take a break, as time of possession has been in one team's favor, and it's the team in purple.
Chambers, the ball carrier on first down, and a nice run, and he's still going the pile, and they'll finally blow it dead, but not before he gets 9 on first down. As the Wolves have scored 9 points in this second half, the Central Arkansas Bears only 3, but right now they have a 5-point lead with 6:13 left to go. Clock is running. Second down now, and it'll be Chambers again, and I have a feeling we're going to see a whole lot of Landon Chambers the rest of the way as he does convert for the first down.
Oh, you're right. Chambers all the way is what they're trying to do because they're trying to drain this clock. They don't want West Georgia to have enough time to come back and try and score on them. If they can make this a 2-score game, then it's essentially in the books. But if West Georgia can somehow find a stop, they need time as well for that offense to work.
Chambers, 26 carries, 117 yards here this afternoon in the run game for the Bears. And it's Chambers again, and he will fall forward as the Turf Monster helps out with the tackle there, along with Jade Carter. Has a gain of maybe 3.5, 4 on first down. It'll be they'll call it 2nd and 7.
One thing that Central Arkansas has done incredibly well in this game on the offensive line is seal up these outside linebackers to not allow them to make plays inside. Like you see it there, looking for number 67, who did an incredible job. Walker Beatty right there did an incredible job working Festus Davies out of the play and resulting in another pretty good gain for Chambers.
Myers scrambles, looks to throw, and the pass is caught, and it will be out of bounds. Incomplete. So the receiver makes the catch, but I don't believe he got a foot down.
Still a great effort there by Durham. Ty Durham trying to get out there and make that catch on the sideline. Sophomore just not able to bring it in, and now this is the biggest third down of the game coming up here, Patrick.
Yep, 4:43 left to go, and the Wolves needing a stop here as the ball is at the 49-yard line of the Bears, 3rd and 7. And Landon Chambers and Austin Myers stand in the backfield. They have 4 wide receivers in the pattern, trips right and 1 to the top of the screen. Myers now giving instructions to his offensive line. The play clock is at 0, and they will take a delay of game here, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that'll, well, no.
They got the timeout off before the play clock ran out. Yeah. Got the timeout off before the play clock.
No.
They changed it again.
No, referee is saying it is the delay of game, so it will stay at 3rd down. So it's going to be 3rd and now about 12. So a 3rd and long here with 4:43 left to go.
Yeah, they originally said that Central Arkansas got the timeout off, but then they changed it immediately and said it was a delay of game.
So here, once again, trips right, and then single receiver in man coverage to the top. And that's where Austin Myers is looking, and Hogue hits him in the backfield. The fumble is on the ground. Did the Wolves come up with it?
No, they did not.
No, they did not. But a huge play by David Hogue, and that'll force a 4th down and a punt coming up for the Wolves.
The pressure was in the face of Myers, and he got lit up in that backfield there by David Hogue. I mean,
here it comes on the replay, and man, and how close were they? No, the quarterback, man, how lucky is there as the offensive lineman back there. Walker Beatty again, right in the right spot. So now it's DeAndre Buchanan back deep, and the Wolves here looking for a return.
this is going to be huge. This has been a game that's been controlled by the Bears.
They came after that and barely just got it off. Buchanan will take it at about the 22. He sets up a move, nice move there, but a nice open field tackle there on the return game by Marcus Washington. And that will set the Wolves up 1st and 10 with 3:45 left to go here from University Stadium. The Wolves trailing by 5 and needing a touchdown. It's 3:45 left to go here in the 4th, and the Wolves with the football trailing by 5. Buchanan on the end around from Widener, and he'll fall across the 30 down to about the 31, and it'll be 2nd down there.
Yeah, it was a good escort by the offensive lineman for West Georgia, as Central Arkansas almost got caught for stalling right there as Dylan Williams was standing over DeAndre Buchanan. Buchanan was not able to get up.
Clock running, 3:15. Widener in shotgun, 4 wide receivers in their spread offense. Lester in motion outside, and the pass is caught. And it'll be just short of the 1st down for DeAndre Buchanan, and that'll set up a critical 3rd down conversion, 3rd and less than a yard here with 2:55 left to go.
West Georgia really bold here, letting this clock keep going here with 2:50 now on the clock, running down. It's all about clock management in times like this, but the faster you cross midfield, the better.
Yep, 3 timeouts remaining for the Wolves here. 3rd and 1, critical 3rd down here.
Very.
Widener gives it. No, he'll keep it from Lester, and he will get the 1st down as he crosses at about the 38. They'll mark him down. That'll be a 1st down. Clock will stop. No, it's now running 2:20 left to go.
Yeah, pretty sure it should have stopped there, but it keeps going here after the first down. Widener with a perfect read right there, I will say. Lewis was screaming off that edge, and he just faked him out with the read option.
And will they beat the 2-minute timeout?
No,
they will not. So with a minute 58, no, it should be at 2 minutes. So the clock should stop right at 2 minutes. So we have reached the 2-minute timeout with West Georgia trailing by 5. And with the football, it'll be an exciting conclusion here at University Stadium. Minutes left to go. The Wolves with a football 1st and 10, needing a touchdown. Widener looking, throwing off his back foot, and it is caught by Owen Dupree, and that'll be a 1st down, and the Wolves are into Bears territory.
Well, this is just how they drew it up. Owen Dupree has become an X factor here in this second half for West Georgia. Another high point ball. And what trust by Davin Widener. He knew he was covered up, decided to throw it anyway, knew he was going to make a physical catch.
1st down for the Wolves. Widener dropping under pressure and throws it over the middle, and Dupree jumps up, high points it between 2 defenders, and it's another 1st down for the Wolves.
My goodness, Owen Dupree, are you serious, dude? That is unbelievable. The wide receiver from Dallas, Georgia, transferred here from Mercer to Carrollton, Georgia, and what a play he has.
A minute 39 left. Widener, there's Dupree again. Dupree inside the 10, makes 2 Landis. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves!
Wow, just wow. 4 straight to number 7, and he puts them in this game in the best possible time.
Owen Dupree, 6 catches, 99 yards, and 2 touchdowns, puts the Wolves back on top, 18-17. Look at this, goes up, makes one man miss, whoop, another man miss, whoop, and into the end zone.
What a play. What a play by Owen Dupree. The junior knew it was time to go and did it perfectly right there.
Wolves will go for 2 here to stretch it to a 3-point lead with a minute 31 left to go. Widener, he's got a man open in the flat, and the pass is, incomplete!
Oh man, Jacob Ritchie is gonna have that one haunting his dreams for years to come, depending on the outcome of this game.
So it's 18-17 Wolves with 1:31 left to go as Widener takes the Wolves down the field. Owen Dupree showing out on this last drive.
Here is the money drive, though, that you just had yours if you're West Georgia, and now Central Arkansas with an opportunity to try and get it back in this one. Man, West Georgia, what a play to take the lead, man.
1:31 left to go. And now upcoming Wolves games. They'll have North Alabama on November the 8th after a much-needed bye week next week for the Wolves. They'll go on the road, and then Utah Tech at home on November the 15th. And now Simon Zidane will line up the kick here. And if you're Joel Taylor, you got to be thinking, Simon, just kick it through the end zone.
Yeah.
We cannot give them field position at the 35 like we did on the previous drive.
Yeah, no, not again, not like last time. Keep this one in bounds and get it in the end zone.
And Zidane kicks it high, and they will fair catch it, and it will be into the end zone. And they will take it over 1st and 10 with 1:31 left to go. Man, what an exciting drive. And here's the away schedule coming up for the Central Arkansas Bears. They'll take on Eastern Kentucky next week, and then they'll go on the road back-to-back weeks, Austin Peay and Southern Utah, and they'll finish up with Abilene Christian on November 22nd. All of those can be seen here on ESPN+. All right, Parker. Well, this is what you wanted right here on that last drive, and a spectacular drive by the Wolves. It went 6 plays, 74 yards, and most of it by Owen Dupree. So here we go. 1:31, 1st and 10, and Myers dropping, and Yancey misses him in the backfield. Myers, though, keeps his feet, and he's going to find a receiver out on this near sideline for a completion, a gain of 4 yards, and almost play once again for this defense.
Yeah, if you're Austin Myers, way to keep your balance right there. Had a man in his face, almost went down, and that would have been the biggest play of the game if West Georgia could have got that sack, because that's not just a sack, that's clock running on a sack.
Tyrell Pollard with the reception. 1:23 now, clock has stopped. Back is Myers, and now 2 coming on the blitz. The pass is caught, flags up, and oh no, they're going to get roughing the passer. I'm almost sure of it in the backfield.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If it's from that back judge, then it's probably going to be roughing the passer. But there's a flag on the other side of the field as well, so we'll see if this could be offsetting.
As a discussion now underway with 3 referees, 1:15 left to go. 2 flags on the play here. And as Parker, you're 2 for 2 for offsetting. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3 here this afternoon as they continue to sort it out here. Both teams, though, walking up the field here.
Yeah, they're walking forward.
Yeah, they are. You might be 2 for 3.
They're still discussing.
Yeah, still some discussion. Here we go.
Defensive fouls, both of them.
So Kiari McGlure with the roughing the passer, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down with 1:15. Now, 1:15, sorry about that, as we talked over the white hat, and here on the replay, oh yeah, clearly McGlure, if he doesn't hit him up around the head, he probably doesn't get the call.
Yes, you have to keep it below the shoulders if you want to not get a roughing the passer call. That time, just way too high on the hit.
So 1st and 10 from the 44 now, and Landon Chambers, and now they can do a little bit more run pass here like they've been doing now since they are up near midfield. They have 2 timeouts here, Parker, clock running. Now we're at 1 minute here, under a minute now left to go, and Myers giving instructions.
They're thinking field goal.
Line.
They're thinking field goal here.
Absolutely, absolutely they are. 49, clock still running. Myers takes it, pressure by Hogue up the middle. Myers puts it up, and it's incomplete. And a late flag comes out.
Oh man.
My goodness.
That throw was all the way out of bounds. I don't know how you can call that pass interference.
Wow. Let's take a, man, if we get that replay, look at that one more time. They're going to call it holding.
Holding. Doesn't matter if it's pass interference or not, it's holding.
Yep, you're right. Here comes the replay, and
I don't know. That's very, oh man, that
feels almost like, you know, hand fighting between those two players there.
I didn't see a grab, but also could have snuck one in there. I don't know. There was a hand on him. I don't know if he was pulling him back, though.
So 41 seconds to go. 18-17 Wolves. Ball spotted at the West Georgia 44-yard line. The Bears with 2 timeouts. Myers. And now they're going to run a little option here and keep it. Rob Johnson comes up and takes Myers down, and that will force the Bears to have to use a timeout here with 35 seconds.
Yeah, the field goal's still very long from right here. 35 seconds left. Tried to do a little run play right there, catch the defense off guard. Didn't work at all on the speed option there by Myers. Got taken down by the Carrollton native, Rob Johnson, on that defensive front for West Georgia. And now this is where the ball game really lies in the hands of the guys that are holding the ball, whether it be Austin Myers.
Here comes that replay there, and good job by Rob Johnson. From where the ball is spotted right now, it would be a, let's see, it is at the 43. It would be a 43, 50, it'd be a 60-yard field goal.
60-yard field goal,
So
yep.
they probably need 10, 15 yards here, Parker, with 35 seconds left to go.
Well, they've got a kicker with a booming leg. They have trust in him. Obviously, they were starting to run the clock before they even crossed midfield. So the trust is in that kicker for Central Arkansas. Now it's just, can you get up there to that point in the field and try and seal it with a field goal? Or can you find a hole in this defense to take advantage of? And if you're West Georgia, can you keep them out of field goal range?
Myers, they come out of the timeout. They have 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near. Myers drops, looking to throw. Under pressure, Micah Thurman had him, and David Hone finishes him off. 28 seconds, they'll have to use their 3rd and final timeout. Huge sack and pressure by the Wolves defense. Micah Thurman initially, and David Hogue finishes them off.
And that's how big David Hogue has been for West Georgia coming into this school. Man, he has become the biggest defensive asset for this West Georgia team. Micah Thurman was the one who got the hand on him, grabbed him and pulled him back. Austin Myers would have took off upfield for at least 8 yards before he went down. That could have put him in field goal range. What a play, not just by David Hogue to recover the sack, but by Micah Thurman to keep him back there for his team to finish it off. Now, Patrick, it's all in the hands of the offense. The coaches can't do anything anymore. No more timeouts. There's no way to stop the clock here for Central Arkansas. They have to work this out of bounds or get an incomplete pass of some sort or get a first down to try and stop it at least temporarily.
It's going to be 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and about 15. The ball is being spotted at the West Georgia 47-yard line. No timeouts, so you can't work the middle of the field here.
Cannot.
They've got to get a first down.
Yeah, it's first down, incomplete, or get out of bounds. That's the only options you got.
Myers with 3 wide receivers to the top of the formation. He drops, and he's going to throw down the middle of the field, and it's up in the air. It's incomplete. It'll be 4th down now. I don't see any flags on the field. And so now it'll be a 4th down play here coming up to decide this football.
Yeah, just great 3 deep high coverage right there from West Georgia. It worked in perfect perfection. It was Trayshawn Moore and Jalen Burton down there to cover it up. Both of them nearly had a pick, but Myers just threw it way out of their possession. If he would have tried to put that more on the money, that would have been an interception. This game would be sealed. But now they've still got an opportunity here with 22 seconds.
Here we go, 4th and 9. Austin Myers in shotgun. Oh, and then a late whistle. It looks like Joel Taylor will call one of his 3 timeouts
and
as he was looking at the formation, maybe didn't see something he liked there.
I don't even think that was it. I think Coach Taylor just wanted to catch that offense off guard right before the snap and call the timeout and make that offense reset into something different.
Okay, so let's reset this here. 4th and 9 with 22 seconds left to go. The Wolves on top by a point, 18-17. You're just joining us here on ESPN Plus. Patrick Edson and Parker Ford. It's been a back-and-forth football game here this afternoon. The Wolves have come storming back here in the second half as they have scored 15 of their 18 points, 12 points here in this fourth quarter to take the lead. They did that with a fantastic catch, a series of catches by Owen Dupree, and they get the score. It's 18-17. It's 4th down, and we're coming out of this timeout now.
It's 4th and 13 here, Patrick, even longer than we thought. Big down and distance coming up here.
Myers in shotgun. He'll take it, and he's looking left, throwing, and it is incomplete. Jalen Carson Yancey over on the defense, and they'll turn it over on downs, and the Wolves will get the homecoming win, 18-17.
What a win for these Wolves here on homecoming. They dialed up the offense in the second half. Owen Dupree put it in his hands with 2 touchdowns in that second half alone. And Carson Yancey with the perfect coverage in the mid-range with an incredible defensive play to seal this one up. All it takes is number 2, Davin Widener, the junior quarterback from Cocoa, Florida, to take this knee and seal this game up for West Georgia and snap that 3-game losing streak that they have not liked to see throughout these last couple weeks.
Widener now will take it. He'll take a knee, and the Wolves will come away with the homecoming win, 18-17, as the players storm the field. Micah Thurman and company get the 18-17 win.
What a game, what a comeback, and what a win. Unbelievable.
Widener finishes 17 of 32 with 175 yards in the air with 2 touchdowns. He also leads the Wolves with 81 rushing yards as well. And the Wolves come away with the 18-17 victory, Parker. And Owen Dupree, 6 receptions, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns, none bigger than the touchdown that seals this victory here this afternoon at University Stadium.
Yeah, none bigger than that last one where he was found wide open in the flat and just took it to the house for a touchdown. Owen Dupree, what a game. When they started the season, he was a big deep threat coming into the season. He had his opportunity, and he came away with it with a big win right there.
So for Parker Gore, I'm Patrick Edson, and our entire crew saying so long from Carrollton, where the final score, the Wolves 18 and the Bears 17. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.